Won $500,000 together last year in fraternities alone.
Top 10 in the world.
And like these 2 runs dictates whether I make it or not, which is a terrible place to be unless you have Adios, because Adios is like the ultimate hold my beer horse.
If you don't know that horse's name, then you're living under a bigger rock. I'm just a normal person.
Just a normal person. We're not really shaking.
Yeah, and then later they're like, we need to talk about that crazy girl, because I got a story too, trucking related. We should have talked about this way early. This is a great thing to have as a short for Stay Till the End. All right, everybody. Look, we have a very special episode for you today. If we had, Joseph, we got that clapping button? We're clapping right now. Mega clapping. Louder, lots of clapping. No, I tell you what, man. This is a little bit different episode for today. If you don't know who this is here, you're going to, and you're going to really enjoy this. So I know that the majority of the people that generally watch this podcast are trucking, probably automotive, something like that. But if you don't recognize who this is Tricia Aldridge. If you don't know her name, living under a rock. And if you don't know Adios Pantilones, Adios Pantilones. If you don't know that horse's name, then you're living under a bigger rock. Because I knew the name Adios Pantilones before I even owned horses, because I've always loved horses.
Yeah.
I just love them. They're so peaceful looking. And if we could cue in a picture of Adios trying to put rearing up his bit in
Clinton's favorite club.
Not peaceful. but they're just so peaceful and so anyways, this episode today, before I wander off, because we're totally unscripted. Like, this is I call it the Troy Massey unscripted show, because, man, I'm like a squirrel. We're headed over here, and we're talking about something, and we're just, and we just, nope, we're going over here. And it's kind of like you going around the barrels. It's like you're going this way, 9,000 miles an hour, and then you just stop and go back this way.
I mean, hopefully I know where I'm going, though.
To the barrel. Sometimes I don't know where we're going.
Sometimes I don't know either.
With these shows, I don't know where we're going. And to the viewers and the listeners that are driving down the road and listening in, if I'm going a single direction and I make a left and I'll leave you on the edge of the cliff with where we were going with that conversation and I never go back to it, sorry.
Right in.
You just choose your own path. You remember those books when we were growing up?
You can send a comment and we'll try to answer it later. Yeah,
send a comment, because I do look at all the comments. But anyways, thank you very much for coming today. And I know you got a lot coming up. You're going to be gone on the road, and there are so many similarities. A lot of them I want to talk about today, because, well, of course we're going to talk about horses, but a lot of the stuff I want to talk about that is between the horse world and trucking and automotive and things like that are so similar if you just take the word horse and you take the word truck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. And that's a lot of the stuff, that I wanted to talk about today was more of the business side of things, the temperament side of things, the social media, the haters, the mindset, the determination, and all those things, because it's hard to make it in trucking. Really, really hard. Like, my situation is one in millions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody sets, and like, people ask me all the time, like, Troy, how'd you do it? I don't know, man. No, I do know, but I can't tell you. It cost you $19.95. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do some episodes on how to make it. I've hesitated for a very long time. But a lot of that is the same in the horse world, like for trainers.
Big time.
I mean, do you see the similarities? Because I mean, you don't live under a rock. You know it's hard to make it in trucking.
Oh yeah,
it's really hard. And what I think it's probably even harder to make it as a horse trainer.
It's incredibly hard. Yeah. And I think it's really hard too whenever, so my situation was realistically like training doesn't make money. So even if I had a horse in training today, like it doesn't make money. By the time you feed it, touch it 8 times during the day, clean the stalls, shaving, whatever. I mean, it's just, you just have to handle them so much yourself every day. And so if you really broke that down with time, I'm sure when you're coming down to your bottom line, it's the same in the trucking. Like
it's just
like you were telling me earlier what they got to make a day. Like it's got to be that certain thing a day, or you're not making any money.
Yeah, and there's so much time involved, and then the liability aspect. So if you're training $20,000 horses or $15,000 horses or $10,000 horses, okay, well your liability is less, but you're in a different clientele. That there are so many people that have a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 horse that want that horse to be able to do.
Oh, everybody
like what my horses can do.
Well, yeah.
I don't have 5. I was telling you on the phone, a buddy of mine had seen one of my horses, August, who's the best. He's the best horse. Like I wish we had more time of you being down here, and I wished I could show you. Like I'm like a proud dad. I just really love that horse, and I got him out of Wickenburg, Arizona, from a really great trainer, really really good guy, and so there are so many of those people that have those $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 horses. Well, they can only afford X amount of dollars for training. Okay, so liability is lower for you as a trainer. But then if you got like, okay, well, I want someone to spend more money, so I'm going to train $100,000 horses or $500,000. Okay, well, something happens to that horse.
It's good and bad, because I also feel like sometimes like the higher clientele is easier to work with, because it's, I almost feel like when it's on the lower end, it's everything that those people have to invest. So it's almost like a bigger investment for them versus like somebody that's spending $100,000, $500,000 on horses. It's going to be more disposable income.
Is it? Okay. Yes.
So then they at that point, I feel like if you're going to spend $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000, you know what you're looking for. Like, you know what you want, everything. So the expectation is different. Like, I always joke because, like, selling horses, I sold one not that long ago for a couple $100,000. I never even talked to the people, really, like, to be honest. Like, it was like a few text messages and they vetted it. I mean, it wasn't like a perfect deal, but it was like really good, really smooth. They sent the money. We hauled out the horse. Like, it was so easy. And then I'm like, you could sell a $10,000 or $15,000 horse, and it's like 8 billion questions, $3,000 on a vet check, like
from 80 people,
from all these people,
yeah.
And like stuff that you wouldn't even ask. Like, it'll be a yearling, and they'll be like, "Is it going to be safe for a kid to ride?" And you're like,
"If I can go back, if I can go back, I wish I saw a TikTok video the other day, and it was a girl, it was her channel, and a young lady, she was playing different roles herself.
Yeah, sales and stuff.
Yeah, so she's like, have you seen them before?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's the life of a horse owner that's selling $10,000 horses. And then she dresses up, she got her glasses on, and she got a clipboard, and she comes out, and she does all this stuff, and she's got like pool noodles, and she's slapping them, and she puts trash bags on them, and she rides them, and she's checking their feed, and she's got, she's the veterinarian, and she's like checking and doing all this stuff, and then she's looking at his teeth, and she does all this stuff, and then she's done. She's like, it's the wrong color. I'm just not interested. But it's that way.
That's exactly how it is. Yes.
Like we would sell show trucks or fixed up trucks. I'm not really. I told you about you collect horses and I collect show trucks, but and here's why I don't sell them is because, say like my truck lot rot. I'll on our way back. I'll run you by the shop and show you the trucks real quick. It's on our way out of town, but there's probably $1 million in that truck. If it ain't $1 million, like it's really, really, really close. And I'm including man hours because we had a team of people.
Yeah,
and we pull that truck all the way to the frame
to put it back together.
And
yeah,
but then you'll get people who come over, and it's like, so we were toying around.
I'll give you 82,000.
And they're like, well, how are the tires on it? What percentage of tires? And I'm like,
yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's $1 million truck, and I've got it for sale for $350. Okay. And he's like, well, I can get a brand new one for, okay, man, we'll go get you one. But you're not going to get one like this. It's got $100,000 interior, leather interior by my boy Mike Tatum. Like, there's no way, man.
And it has to be like those things too, like somebody that appreciates that, But it's really cool because like in our industry, so like we see now barrel horses that are selling for $1 million. Like
that's crazy. That's so crazy.
That much money now. I appreciate both sides because sometimes like when it is like the lower price ones, like we just sold one for 50,000 and he's a really nice horse, but like that's their first bigger purchase. So like, you get it. Like, okay, like I'm buying $50,000 weanlings or more. Like they're not even trained at all. So I'm like, to me, it's very relative because, it just depends like on what caliber you want to be on, right? Like there's the cool thing, the best thing about horses and like, especially the barrel racing is that anyone can do it. Right. So like you have literally all levels from play day, from, regular local shows to super show stuff. You can do it, rodeo. You can, have your own horse. You can have a horse with a trainer. You can literally do anything you want to do. Right. Like there is a place for everyone in our sport, which I think that part is really awesome. But then, it is sometimes like what I think the hardest part about that is like how nitpicky some people are about things that like it's not my place to say, hey, that will never affect that horse ever. Like you're missing a really good horse because of something that this vet over here thinks is a problem, and like we've had 47 with that same thing and never had nothing from it. Where I feel like sometimes that's the problem, that like people will pass on really good horses because something a little this or a little that on an x-ray or like very minuscule problems, where like that's where I find on the larger priced horses that like people are not nearly as picky, like I'm going to be more lenient on a vet check when the horse is already winning and doing whatever I needed to do. Right. Then I'm willing to be pretty forgiving on a lot of things, but in reality, I'm going to knock on wood. But I've never had whatever come up at the vet check be the reason that ended that horse's career ever. Like horses are dumb. So it'll just run into a fence or something.
So like
it has nothing to do with whatever was on that check.
In trucking, you'll have a career-ending deal. Say like or a very big, like if a lot of times when you go buy a nice truck, you'll bring your mechanic with you. Check it all out. Well, they'll crawl all through it. They'll find it, and it's really no different than
a vet check.
Yeah. And I will say, like, come clean with you. Like, I was on my third horse before I even knew there was such a thing as a vet check.
Yeah. See?
Never heard of it.
3 of 4.
Well, the first one didn't make it
Yeah.
because he tried to kill me.
Oh, man.
Like, really tried to kill me.
Ugh.
Like, we started at this gate right here by the water tank, and everything in my, like, I've never set foot on a horse. See how we just wandered off? We were talking about mechanics checking engines, and now we're talking about getting on a horse. Okay, we're going to talk about that again in a minute. But I get on the horse out here, never been on a horse in my life. I just wanted the freedom of riding a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that's like American freedom. I really do.
I thought you went a little too far.
It's a little too much freedom. Girl, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Beautiful horse.
They're always pretty.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was the most not and I don't know how you have a gelding and you say that horse is sexy. That was the sexiest looking horse I ever seen in my life. I was in love when I seen that horse. I was like, oh, I gotta have it. I've got.
So where did it come from?
You know, I'm not big on making waves because they might.
Well, you don't have to say where it come from, like a person, but like it come from a trainer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it came from a trainer.
Not like the local auction.
Yeah. No, it didn't. I've never bought from an auction, luckily, because I've bought some dumb stuff in my life. Believe me, I bought some dumb stuff. But anyways, so I got my saddle on and he's jumpy. I'm like, okay, well, he's only been at this house 3 days. And so I go to get on him. And I put my foot up in the stirrup. And I'm thinking, every ounce of my body is telling me something's not right. Probably don't want to get on this horse. Because he's like moving around and all this stuff. And you know how your horse is in the alleyway and he's like,
yeah,
like, it's kind of like that. But in a
bad sign.
But in a bad way.
Yeah.
And so, by the way, I've done no training, never been on a horse. Well, what would you think I did?
Well, I think you got on and then
went ahead and get on him. Of course we did. I'm like, well, let me go ahead and get on this thing. This is dumb. So I swing my leg over, still hurt. My hip still hurts. 9 months later, I'm gonna probably have to get a new hip.
Oh no!
Like this joker takes off running to the backside of this land,
and he's like supposed to be trained.
Very trained. I watched the trainer ride him. Like, I watched him at his place.
Yeah.
And anyways, so I am literally hanging on for dear life. If you can imagine, like, Bugs Bunny hanging on to the Tasmanian devil.
Oh, God.
I'm literally, and here's the worst part. My whole family's watching. Because we're like, well, yeah, we got a brand new horse. Everybody, yeah.
Oh, no.
And my son's got his girlfriend over. Like, she's really wanting to start riding. And
not anymore?
She's scared to death. I would be too. So we take off, and we're like half or 3/4 of the way down through the pasture back here. Guess what? Maybe this horse was a barrel racer at one point in time because he just decided he found a barrel. He wanted to take a left. Well, guess where I went?
Right.
Right. He went left, I went right. Man, I went tumbling.
Oh, no.
I'm so glad both feet came out of stirrups. And I'm flipping all around. Just, I come like limping with no pride left. And I limped back up, and I'm talking about I was hurt. And I just recovered from a broken wrist from trying to snow ski, because apparently I can't snow ski either. So I just got a new wrist.
Oh, no.
So I landed on it, thought I re-broke it. My hip won't move. My left knee feels like it's not even attached anymore.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, just like creeping up to the house. And I was like, I'm going to kill that horse. Abby,
You're like, I don't love him anymore.
we're out of love. He was still beautiful. And he just looked at me. And I'm telling you, I swear, that horse like ran towards me. And I'm like, you're just going to have to run over me because I'm barely walking.
Can't move.
And so he ran towards me.
Like he's still running.
He's still running around the property.
Yeah.
With a saddle on. And I was really like, I probably shouldn't say this on the thing, but anyways, I'm not going to say that. But he ran towards me and he just he got right to me and then he turned. I thought he was going to run over me.
Oh, no.
I could have chopped his head off. What I was going to say, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. What I was just hate comments, whatever. I don't really care, but I was hoping he would step on his reins and it would break his neck and he would die. I was so mad at that horse.
So I always joke because like people get mad if you like cuss at them and stuff and they tell you should like love Fluffy and whatever. But I'm like, if you spend enough time with them horses, you will definitely cuss at them.
Man, I'm still cussing him today because he broke.
Even a good one though. Like Adios is a great horse and I still cuss him regularly because he's kind of a toddler. Like he's a troublemaker.
Yes, they are.
He's kind. Like he doesn't want to hurt he never wants to like do anything at me. Those ones stink because they're like doing it at you. Like they're scared they're gonna smoke you down. Yeah.
So we went down the road to my buddy Josh's house to ride. And so that horse is gone. Sexy horse is gone. I traded him for a year's worth of hay. Best deal on planet Earth. I don't even know if I need the hay. I was just glad he was gone. And so my buddy Tristan got him. And so he comes over riding. And they've got a really big riding arena over there.
Yep.
And so we take our horses over there and he brings Mr. Sexy Horse over there. And we're all just kind of course, now I've moved on and I've got some really quality horses. And shout out to my boy Clinton for,
turning the ship around.
Clinton turned the ship around for me. Shout out to Clinton Anderson. Hey, if y'all need a good horse, trust me when I tell you, he is not a paid sponsor of this show. He's just a friend of mine. If you need a horse, you need to go to Down Under Horsemanship, whatever.com or whatever their website is, and
he'll make sure it don't kill you.
He will make sure. He don't have any $5,000 horses. But he will make sure that you find you a horse and so I've got some good horses now.
Yeah.
And he didn't help me find the Missouri Foxtrotter though. I found that one on my own. Smartest horse on planet Earth.
Clinton and I are going to fight over him. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should ride Sasquatch in a run barrels with him. He doesn't run real fast though. But he's got the prettiest gait. He just float. He's like a princess out there. But anyways, yeah. Rambling on about these horses. So tell me, we're talking about trucking and the barrier of entry being relatively low because you can get into trucking relatively low, and there's a lot of gimmick programs out there. To where people, they know you're going to fail, but they make you put some money down on, trucks or whatever, or get into a lease purchase deal. Mm-hmm. And they're all bad deals. They're all bad deals. I could name off a lot of names on here and lawyers will be contacting me tomorrow. But the barrier of entry is generally pretty low. And therefore a lot of people get into it. And I feel like with horse trainers, it's the same way. And so, you've been at it for a really, really long time. So if you feel comfortable saying it, if you don't want to give away trade secrets, don't give them away, certainly. But how long, because here's a spoiler alert. All this audio stuff, it didn't happen yesterday. I know everybody on the internet thinks that, boom, Tricia decided to buy a horse like a year ago And all of a sudden, you know, she bought this horse for $300 and now she's got $1 million horse, and she just woke up one day, wanted to be a horse trainer. Like, there was a lot of work went into it.
Oh yeah, and a lot of time. I think a lot of the other horses I had really like shaped. Like, I know if I wouldn't have had them, I wouldn't have been as successful with Adios. Like, I think you have to have those stepping stones to kind of like get to that point. To be able to recognize the caliber that we're looking for, and then also to be able to bring that out in him, you know? So, yeah, I would say that's a really long project. And, you know, I just bought his brother. And so, you know, that's, you know, 5-year minimum plan, you know, to get him from today to competition and, you know, promoting him and all the things. I mean, it's so much time and money involved in getting a stallion to check all the boxes that you want to do. And it's risky. Like, it's a lot of risk to put it all out there. And, you know, with Adios, we were really lucky because, I mean, it's not luck, but it's really cool that we were able to put it all out there, all of his training and all of just shared everything from, you know, yearling, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. And then when he started competing, for him to do all that he did do, competing is amazing because so many people got to follow it from the very beginning. But that's so risky to do with a stallion because
It is.
I mean, he could have come out and flopped or not won $5. You don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, you think you know, but until there's pressure, you don't know how they're gonna compete. So it's really cool to see him kind of come along and all that does take. And it cracks me up because everybody's always like, well, you just do it again, like make another one. And you're just like, I mean, yeah, I'm going to have more winning horses, but not that horse. That horse is special, you know?
He is special. Do you think you'll ever have another Adios at least that good or better? Or do you think?
I mean, I certainly hope so, but I think, you know, it's such a, like, you can have a really great horse and things just not go right. Like, just bad luck, bad draws, bad, you know, just stupid stuff can go wrong while you're trying to do it. You know, you have to have so many things go right. Cause I'm like, even with Adios, I'm like, things weren't perfect by any means. Like, we still had to turn out of futurities and, you know, he broke his nose, or, you know, he got hurt when he was younger. So like, there's still a lot of like little things that they do that, you know, you can't factor in. And so it's just, there's so many moving pieces into managing a horse of that type. And then, I mean, even down to the marketing, right? I mean, a lot of people told me we couldn't do what we did, but we did it. And
so,
you know,
that's another thing that I think we posted a short about social media and the importance of social media in your business, and it is very risky. Yeah. Because so you have to be very careful, more so on the trucking side, because you have to be careful because you'll give away your customers.
Mm-hmm.
And people are, I say people like your friends, people that follow you, everyone, and then people that don't like you. If let's say if I put out, you know, I've been working for so and we haul 300 loads a day, blah blah blah. Well, I mean, my closest friend's gonna say, I tell you what, friend stops at 8 a.m. when I clock in,
mm-hmm.
or 5 a.m. You know, I preach all the time about, you know, make sure you're up before the sun comes up, because the people that are making their way through business and life, they're not going to work at 8 a.m. Like, if you're just showing up to work at 8 or 9 a.m. or you're hanging around, you got all these other things going on in life, it's gone. Like, the day's over with. And it's the same thing with horses too, because if you wait, well, I mean, it's already hot and you start making excuses and you're like, well, I don't want to clean the horse stalls out, or I don't want to go see this customer because it's already 9 o'clock or whatever, you know. And for me, I'm like, I hope my competition gets up at 8, doesn't show up to 8 or 9 o'clock, because guess what? I done been to his customer.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to business, like I'm ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's either me or you, because just like with your story, I mean, I've been at the bottom, way below the bottom. And I've told this story a bunch of times, about eating ramen noodles and all this stuff. Like I read the comments. I don't have to hear about, about struggles and this. And so the government didn't help me, or this didn't help
Must
me.
Must be nice. That's
like,
my favorite one.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Oh, it must be nice.
You're like, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't see you working 100-hour weeks.
But when I first started my trucking company, well, after I failed the first time, and I was driving a truck, I was dispatching, I was mechanicking, and I was going to see customers. And I remember standing at the saltwater disposal many, many years ago. One of the girls that we've got some videos on. So here we are, squirrel. We're going to take off another direction. So one of the things we did today, I'm going to go back to this story because it's interesting, because it goes along with like temperament and your personality and your determination. And I want to talk about your determination in a minute, but one of the cool things that I really appreciate, and I know the parents and the kids, youth, whatever we're calling them, girls that were in here earlier, and I know you appreciated it too, being able to take a few minutes, have some off-camera time with these girls, talk to them.
Oh, yeah.
I know you inspired them, and if there's nothing else that we can do, one of them's texting me right now. I guarantee you she's saying thank you, the mom. But if those are the things that we can do. We talked when we were before lunch. We were talking about giving back, and it's so important to give back and say, just
even if it's only your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Inspire these kids and say, you know what? You're going to get told no. You're going to get kicked in the face. You're going to lose. You're going to have a bad day. But you got to get up and do it again.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to have a lot more bad days than good days. And that's the thing is, like, I think just getting through the grind part, like I keep joking because we always talk about with the guy that's working for me, Tank, and like he'll be saying something about whatever we're doing that day. And then like Erica in my office will be like, oh, you should have been with Tricia, 5 years ago when we were doing all this. So we were like hauling 2 loads of horses to ride every day. And then like when we put out those big alfalfa bales, there wasn't no skid steer. There were no tractors. Like we're like figuring out how to get in the back of the truck, dragging it off with ropes. Like, I mean, just all the little things. Like we didn't have arena lights. Like we didn't have anything. Like if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it done. Yeah. To ride the horses I wanted to ride. Like, I wanted to ride the best horses and the best breeding and the best, like I want the best horses at my house. And so I'm like, that takes so much time. And then a lot of times like you're reinvesting everything that you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Back in. So like you're
not getting paid.
You're not getting paid. Like you're on peanuts and you're betting everything on whatever it is that you think is your craft, like you're like, this is okay, we're going to do this and this is what's going to make it, and it's risky. Like, I mean, you're betting the farm on it. You're true.
Because in a lot of cases, like, and because a lot of the people that are watching probably are, like I said, are trucking related, just take the word horse out of it. Okay. Your truck or your horse, pretend they're the same. When you're first starting out your business, the truck or the horse, either one, is eating better than you.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's diesel and maintenance or repairs and not downtime, but like major repair, tires, clutch, whatever, engine, or if it's alfalfa, supplements, vet bills, injections, you got to have this saddle. You got to, then you got to have all this
Just
stuff.
overhead on the
and
horses is
It's
crazy high too.
It's really the same. And if you think you're going to get into it and say, okay, I'm going to get rich doing this, and I'm not going to do maintenance on my truck. I'm not going to change the oil or whatever. Or I'm not going to do injections. 2 of my horses require injections. And 6 months ago, I didn't even know what it was. Now I'm paying for injections that are crazy expensive. It's like thousands of dollars, man, for injections. I told that veterinarian, he's a good friend of mine now. We've become good friends. That there are some really cool people in the horse world. So he told me, he's like, well, this horse, he's going to need injections on his back, whatever, and in these toes, back 2 toes or front. I don't know what he said about Winslow. And he's like, man, you're going to need these injections. I was like, how much is it? He's like, doesn't really matter. Gotta have it. I'm like, okay, well, it's cool. I mean, you can put it in there, but how much is it? He's like, that's probably going to be $1,800. And I was like, golly.
Yeah, I usually write my vet a check at the end of the year for the next year and just draw off of it till I run out of money. And then
do you really?
Another check. Yeah, it's tax write-off.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So, yep, depending on my year.
I don't know if it was $1,800. It might have been $1,800. I know I brought some horses in the other day for like annual checkups and I don't even compete. I'm just doing this totally for like total fun.
Mm-hmm.
And now I did put a logo on the Facebook the other day, Massey Equine. So
it's almost a business.
It's fixing to be a business. They say do what you enjoy doing.
I mean,
I love it. I really love it. I love their little person.
So the coolest thing about the horse business is like the people that I get to meet. So I get to do all kinds of really cool experiences, meet people, because horses, all businesses are in horses. It does not matter what room you walk into. Like I have done lessons with diamond brokers from Africa all the way.
For real?
Oh yeah. To like we went for this one company and we flew in to go look at the plant and stuff, and they make emulsions and stuff, and
what you need?
It does raining, like they're flying.
Time out. Just take a time out. You know what you need, and I can introduce you to the guy. And I don't know if you follow me. You said you don't scroll social media.
Not very much.
So you're not going to know this. Okay. But do you know how the rappers have got these big, iced out, big...
Well, I know rappers.
You sold some horses to rappers? But I
haven't sold them to rappers. But I don't listen to country music, so...
Okay, but you...
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
You need a big diamond Adios.
Oh, what am I going to do with that thing?
You're going to wear it.
Oh, gosh.
When you go compete. I try to get Clinton to get one.
It's a speed event. You have all that extra weight.
They're so hit. I've got one. I've got 3, actually.
Yeah.
But
do you wear them at the truck shows?
Man, they're pretty expensive.
You need a fake one, like a replica.
No, mine are all real.
You need like a replica one.
No, I don't want to wear that. I got. But anyways, like my boy Iceman Nick down in Houston,
mm-hmm.
he makes them for all the. So we're down there, and one of my.
Of course he's in Houston.
Huh?
Of course he's in Houston.
Good. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So I'm down there. I think I was down there. I surprised my wife a couple years ago. I called Nick, and or he FaceTimes. He doesn't call. He only FaceTimes. It's sort of weird a little bit. He won't call you. He'll always FaceTime.
Yeah.
And then if you call him, he turns FaceTime on. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm FaceTiming. He's like, Troy, what can I help you with? And I'm like, Nick, look, I want to surprise my wife. We had a good year. And I think it might have been 2023. I think it's probably 23. I said, we had a good year. I want to buy my wife, find the biggest solitaire diamond, good quality, crystal clear that you can find. And then call me back and let me know what you come up with. And so like 2 weeks goes by. And and so he FaceTimes me, and he's got the diamond, and it's like almost the size of a quarter. It's as big as a nickel. And I was like, I kind of, you know, 'cause I was afraid to ask how much it was. I was like, I might have said too much. And so I was like, oh man, that's really cool. And I didn't want to start off with how much is it, right?
Yeah.
Because I said, get the biggest one you can get. And so this is not an exaggerated story. And so I was like, oh, that is so cool, man. How big is that? He was like 15 carats. I was
Holy
like,
cow.
I said, oh man, what's something like that's going to run? And so he told me, and, but they own like his family back home, they own a diamond mine.
Yeah.
So it's not like going to the jewelry store.
Yeah.
And so he told me how much it was, and it is, before we leave, I'll show it to you. It's so big on my wife's little hand. It is ginormous. Point of the story is I'm down there, and he's, you know, showing it to me, and I pay him and everything. And he's like, I didn't know you like rap music. I'm like, how did you not know I didn't like rap music? I bought 3 big old diamond pendants from you. One of them with my company logo, one with my name. I mean,
Yeah.
what did not give away that I like rap music since I was a little kid? And he was like, what's one of your favorite rappers? You know, you're a friend of mine. I'm going to call you up. And so I said, Lil Boosie. FaceTime. Boom. He's FaceTimes it. So I sat there like 15 minutes bullcorning with Lil Boosie on the phone. It was the coolest thing. So anyways, point of the story is you need the Adios, big old big diamond.
Oh gosh.
Might
What
not help.
does it even cost? Like as much as a horse?
Depends on what kind of horse. Money is relative.
It is relative.
It depends on how big you want it. It could be 40 or it could be 100.
Yeah.
You get
That's
bigger
actually
now?
cheap. I thought.
You thought?
Okay, so here's the problem with horses too. Horses will very much skew your view of money. Like when you get into, I'm sure it's the same with trucks though, because so like I always joke with Josh because Josh is not a horse person. So he used to
I
tell
was
me,
surprised you told me that.
he used to say all the time, and he was like, he says, man, I used to think 10,000 was like a pretty nice horse. And he's like, now I think it's a piece of shit. I was like, yeah, pretty much. Cause like he sees what we spend on stuff, but even the little colt that I just bought. So it's funny because I come home and I told Josh like, okay, like this is what they wanted for him or whatever. And then he looks at me and he's like, and we're not entertaining this, right? And I was like, I mean, I really liked him. And so then I said, what if we girl math it and I just sell like these horses and then that equals the amount of money. And
There
then,
you go.
Then I didn't have to write a check for him the same. He was fine. So I girl mathed it.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I sold all my ones that I'm not running that I've just like, I had some futurity horses for this year, so I sold them. And then, but it's funny because one of the girls here that they're buying one of them.
She told me that.
Yeah. And then I sold off all like the just stuff I have extra of, or you know, same crosses or similar. So I did that and moved them because it's relative.
Money is relative, and it's fun. It's fun to thinking about that come up. Not when you were winning. Not when, you know, Adios is $1 million winning horse. That's fun. Don't get me wrong. That's fun. Looking back on the accomplishment. But
oh, it's the small things though. Like today, I have a painter painting my balcony. Do you know how excited I am that it is not me painting the balcony? Because it's always been me. I still had to set all the posts, so Josh should help me weld fence. But even my whole place. So we have 22 acres, then we just bought 11 acres at where we are. So like on the one place, but the 22 acres fenced and cross fence, I set every single post. Like I fenced the whole thing. I welded.
Are they level or are they leaning?
No, they're good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
a
playing.
good, it's a good fence.
I'm just
I'm
playing.
a pretty good welder by
I'm
the end of
just
that
playing.
project.
I'm just playing.
But I joked because like a lot of like, in the beginning, I would always hear and they'd tell me like, oh, it must be nice or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's me under there, under that welding hood.
I will.
Like I wouldn't have nice stuff if I didn't build it.
Yes. Like when we first started Tri-State, we weren't on salary for. I was talking to one of my old competitors just this week. We used to be fierce competitors and we weren't really friends, but recently we've kind of become friends. And I put some of his stuff on social media the other day because he had some nice trucks. Point is, the come up for us, like when we weren't getting paid, we as in Abby and I, we weren't on salary. We had no money whatsoever. We were like one missed, AP from like not making payroll.
Yep.
Like if at that point in time, it was Chesapeake back then, but say Chesapeake just didn't process AP that week and we didn't get paid. Or AP for them, AR for us. If we would have just missed one, it'd been it. We didn't have any money. I mean, because I started out, we had like, I don't know, like 50 grand, 60 grand to our name. I'm going back on my memory, but that's everything we had to our name that we had saved for many years. I'd saved all my bonuses at this job I was working at. And I knew I didn't want to do that forever. But I invested all that. And in like 2 weeks, we were just, I'm talking flat ass broke. Just broke. We didn't have another penny. And so luckily we got paid. I think I talked about that in the last podcast with Markel. But we got paid. But those days, and I'm sure you can agree, you're coming up through the ranks and riding and fighting and in that grit and determination, like that, those are the days that I remember. That was the best.
Character building.
It was character building. Like those honestly, that was the best time in my marriage.
Yeah.
Because we were fighting. Same common goal. Like we were fighting together, proving everybody wrong, trying to make it work. No choice. It has to work.
No, and that's the thing. I think that's what people don't understand too, is when you bet it all, I mean, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, nothing to lose.
So you put it all in there. And it's crazy too, because it's, you're betting everything and reinvesting everything. It's the same thing with me with the horse training, because so like in our industry, it's never the trainer that owns Adios. Like it's always some millionaire, billionaire, whatever, that's like, to them, that horse is like owning a Picasso. You know what I mean? Like it's like cool to show off in the shop. That's what that is to,
yes.
But to those clients. Well, like not saying that they don't care about their horses or whatever, but as a trainer, I mean, it's your blood, sweat, and tears in this sucker. So like you built this thing from the bottom, and then you get it, with the futurity game, for instance, your job is to get it through the futurity. Sometimes you derby them, then they're either going to get sold for a pile of money because the client wants to make money, right? Or they're going to go to the breeding farm and they're going to breed because the client wants to make money, or they're going to get sold and go to somebody else and get pulled from the trainer or whatever like that. So it sucks is like a lot of times when it's that type of horse, the trainer has it for, from a 2-year-old and then rides as 3-year-old and 4 and 5-year-old. And then you're that kind of attached to it because you spend so much time with it, and then they get pulled, they go to different trainers or different programs or different plans, and the trainer has no say over it. So like, for me, I was like, I'm going to be my own best client. Like, I'm only going to ride for people that I want to ride for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a couple clients, like I always say, I don't ride for the public because I haven't ride for the public in 5 or 6 years now. But like I still do have a couple of clients that when they have something, I ride their horses for them. And I enjoy doing that because they're people that I like and I like to ride for and I like doing business with them. And, so like those kind I don't ever mind. But I'm like, as a general rule, I'm like, I want to have control over what I'm doing. So that was, I'm sure same as you. Like I think the conversation goes a lot towards money because like you have to have money to do things, but it's really about freedom. Like you want the freedom to be able to shoot a podcast on a random Monday. Like that's what I want freedom to do is that I can go and just do what I want to do or, where stuff is still happening and getting paid for even when I'm not there, the one doing it, So that's why I was like, okay, so training, it's really tough with horses too, because like when you start to break it down for people, like a lot of people want to argue with you, like training horses does not make money. Training horses does not make money. Like if I'm paying $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever like that, it doesn't matter because by you have to have so many people to take care of the horse. There's to properly care for a horse, to feed them correctly. Like it's expensive. I don't even know what my bags of feed are, but it's definitely got to be over $30 a bag for feed right now. And so like, I don't even know what any of that even, like we just pay it. It's like what you said, you got to have it. So you just pay it.
Yeah.
And so, you have so much overhead in it already. And then I'm like, I just wanted to be able to have the freedom to ride the best horses, do what I want to do. If I want to ride. If I don't want to ride, it doesn't matter. Like it's about money, but it's really just about freedom. Like I just really wanted the freedom to be able, like last year I took off the whole year basically. I was gone for 6 months. Like I took off 6 months of my life to go and rodeo, which doesn't make any money. So we'll revisit that again on this podcast. But it was also, we talked about it some on Clinton's, but because I'm like, so 140,000 is what I made during the regular season. I mean, one truck, one trailer. I mean, by the time you get done with, I bet I got $100,000 in tack in my trailer.
That's the thing I don't understand about rodeo.
And you got to pay to play.
Yes.
So you got to pay all, fuel, insurance.
You got to get there.
Fees,
you got insurance.
Shavings. Yeah. I mean, just maintenance on your trucks. When you're on the road, like a lot of places you stay, they charge you a lot of money. Like I stayed in this one place. I had 3 horses with me. I want to say it was $300 or $400 for like 2 nights. And I was like, goodness. But it was the only place that was safe to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, they know that. They know that you're.
And then you do all that and then you say you win. Well, say you don't win. Say you go on for months.
Well, and they talk about that at the finals, right? They're like, "Oh, you made $200,000 at the finals." Okay, well, there were people at the finals that didn't make $5. Like,
and they spent big money to
and
get
they
there.
spent the same money to get there. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, luckily my horse loved that arena, but I'm like, it could have just as easily went the other way. I mean, you don't know when you get there what you're gonna get. So yeah. So at the end of the year, did it make money? Yeah, I probably made money. When he won $250,000 at the finals. But I'm like, that was in 10 days he made that money. Well, that's different than 6 months of being on the road to make $140,000.
Yeah.
And, I joke, I'm like, when the first truck got chipped out to me, well, there wasn't any money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
So
the whole, the play, here's where it's a little bit different. Horses versus trucking. Trucking is just consistency. And so for me, I always said, I'm in the single digits as a percentage of, I hope I make a profit.
Yeah.
But if I make a profit, I'm in the single digits percentage.
It's just wild.
So you've got,
when you think about,
the
industry that's trucking.
At my most, I think we had, I don't know, probably close to 50 million in debt. And people are like, oh my gosh, how did you have that many millions of dollars in debt? And I said, here's what I always say. After the second truck, really after the first truck, but after the second truck, I didn't have the money anyway. So what are they going to do? You know what my mentor told me? He said, Troy, they can't take your birthday.
I love that.
They can't take your birthday. So you just keep on. Like, I never, which we were never late on a payment. Well, all that debt, we've never, ever, not ever, knock on wood, ever been late on one payment. I always did what I said I was going to do. And I always did, we talked about this on the jet. We always did more for our customers than what they asked for. And if I messed up, let's say we ran over a gate, or let's say we, a valve leaked and we, spilled a little bit on the ground, I would always fix it. And as I was fixing it, I would call the customer. And I would say, here's the situation. Here's what happened. I'll have you a full report on what I believe caused whatever. And we're fixing it. Here's the status. Here's when it's going to be completely. And people say all the time with like the state of Louisiana, the LDEQ, say you have an accident, automotive accident. People always say, well, man, they're the worst to deal with. No, they're not. They're really, really not. Like I had one situation that I didn't like, but the guy was just doing his job. Yeah. And we did everything that we always do. We had a rollover. And I always, I want to know about the driver. How is he, she? Was anybody else involved? How are they? Then we get on to like environment, truck, all, do you have this on the way to, we had this checklist of stuff. Because when you have 500 trucks, like, you're going to have wrecks. Oh, yeah. And so every time we had a situation, it was going to be mostly in the state of Louisiana. Like, we would already be there and probably had an 811 emergency called in and had 811 checked, and we would have everything dug up before LDEQ ever showed up. And he's like, okay, here's your report. No fine, going about our business. One time we had a rollover, worst rollover we ever had. And we dug, and we dug and dug and dug. We dug bigger than a pond. It was way bigger than this room that we're in right now. We dug a lot of dirt. And I had my guy come out and check it out, and he pulled soil samples all around. Well, I'll tell you what, LDEQ guy said, well, here's where we messed up. We went ahead and brought fill dirt back in. Oh, yeah. And he said, you know the rules. You're not supposed to bring fill dirt in until I check it. And I was like, well, let us drill it. He was like, nope. So we had to haul that dirt back out, and we had to dispose of it again. So anyways, we wandered way off from horses. But point of it is do what you say you're going to do. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. Just even if nobody's looking, just do what you say you're going to do, and do a good job. A big problem in the horse business, in my opinion, is that a lot of people are real good at horses and really bad at business. So like, where do you learn business? Because like, I never had anybody that just taught me how to do it. I'm sure there's nobody that just taught you like you. I'm like, there's so many resources available to us, but you just have to learn. That's the same thing even with the social media. I'm like, it's a tool. It's a free tool. It's just a free tool. So it's like, it's so worthwhile to do that. But I feel like a lot of people, and sometimes it's almost like a little bit of like I view social media as like a alter ego, almost like an online persona. Right? There's so much stuff on there, but like, it's still, let's say I even have 5 full minutes of content on Facebook for a day. Like, compared to 24 hours in a day, that's nothing. Yeah. Right? So like, even when I'm posting a lot or doing a lot of stuff, it's still like, it's just a tool to me. Like that's what I use it for. It's just a necessary thing. And the same thing, like, once it's built, it's super easy to maintain. So now, I just have like filler, like right now, for instance, is a really good example because I have like a lot of filler content in the last couple of weeks because I've been just working. Like, I'm digging posts and cutting the grass and like getting everything ready to leave. So it might be still stuff
current and relevant to what's going on. But most people are going to want to see like, where are your runs and where's this? Well, we're fixing to gear up and have a million things to share, right? But right now it's just to keep it, bumping in the algorithm. We just keep some,
keep
stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing is like a lot of people view it in the horse world as like bragging or as, they just have like a different angle for it. And it's like, it's not, it's literally just marketing. When you're a horse trainer or you have a company, you are your brand. You have to, nobody can hire your trucks if they don't know that they're out there.
I was talking to this dude the other day about trucking, and he said, I don't understand why you think it's so important about having social media with trucking. And I told him, I said, look, I've said probably 1 million times, and even to the people that would come in and want a driving job at Tri-State, they would come in and we pretty much always had a waiting list. Mm-hmm. I mean, pretty much. And that's unheard of in trucking. Like, I tell people out there and they just don't believe it. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, I just know what we had, and that's what we had. We had a waiting list.
Yeah.
And it was long. I told Clinton some of the stuff that we did. It was funny, but it was just marketing. And but the point is, I would tell the people, like, look, we do the same shitty job as everybody else. We just have fun doing it, and we're honest about it, and we make it look cool. That's it. Now, there were a few things. I mean, we paid better. We had now we didn't pay hiring bonuses, didn't have to, but that's what helped us to be able to do the things that made it cool, like better health insurance benefits, better 401k, Peterbilt's versus those other names of trucks that I'm not going to mention on here. And Peterbilt's don't sponsor this. They don't sponsor this show, but they always sponsor my Old Town Rig Down deal. And so, shameless plug, Old Town Rig Down, September 11th and 12th, 2026 in Nacogdoches, Texas. And we are going to have, I haven't told you this yet because we hadn't talked about Old Town Rig Down, but I've waited literally years I've been waiting to get Tracy Lawrence.
Oh, cool.
And we finally got him.
Oh, how fun.
And that is just another lesson in persistence.
Yes.
Because if you don't ask, it's automatically a no.
Yes.
But if you do ask and it's a no,
keep asking.
Then no don't really mean no. Until like they really mean no. And so you just got to be street smart enough to know when no really means no. Because if you just say no, well, you didn't really mean it because you didn't have inflection. But he's finally coming this year. I did spend my whole budget, entire budget of entertainment. So I do have a really, really talented opener. Heath Walker's coming. He's local, but he didn't charge us very much because he's a good dude, and we've been friends for a long time. He is really, really talented, but we did spend our entire budget on Tracy Lawrence, and I am super pumped.
Yeah.
It's a free show. I mean.
And also, so the other thing with like the marketing side is just like, look at all the cool people that you get to meet, or you get to, like I always felt, so we're going to tell a quick story about that. But like, so this year, I was in Hawaii after the finals. So I went with our friends, Whitley and Jared. And there's a restaurant there. It's called Mama's Fish House. And it's like impossible to get a reservation at. It's like 8 months to a year out.
What?
Not even joking. Okay. And it's really good. It's like a high-end fish place or whatever. Okay. Anyway, last time I was in Hawaii, I ate there because they had a reservation or whatever. Well, we don't have a reservation. Well, we call last fall while I'm in Idaho with them and try to get a reservation, but they're like, no, it's really far out, whatever. Okay, so we're in Hawaii and we're joking, and Whitley and I both are real good at social media. So I, like, half joking, I'm like, can somebody give me a reservation at Mama's Fish House? And like, I'll be damned, I got a text like about an hour later, and it was for the next night at 7 p.m.
Get out of
And I
here.
was like, it's wild. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, but you always know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah, you
Like
do.
there's always somebody that
But
can do it.
but it's your reputation of doing people right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to start. Like I always say, I teach Sunday school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know I have a potty mouth, and I mean, I'm not perfect. Okay. And, I invited Clinton, but he said that the place had burned down.
Break the internet. it would burn down.
He said it would burn down. I said, trust me, it won't burn down. They have fire extinguishers. But I teach Sunday school. So this Sunday, we were talking about like raising your children, boys, to be men.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly what you were just saying a while ago about doing the right thing and having a good reputation and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, and what I was talking about. And I said, look, you want to raise your kids to where it's yes, sir, and no, sir, and they know right from wrong. But you also want them to have a backbone, and you want them, when they're in a situation and they're being told by an adult to do something that they know is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
or it goes against their beliefs, or it goes against what you taught them, then you want, you know, and I don't mind sharing, you know, I got a backbone. Like we talked about that, about just putting it out there and just saying, look, I'm not trying to be rude about it, but here's where I stand on
Yeah.
this. Like, it's okay. And if you disagree, we can shake hands and we can say, hey, it's cool we disagree, but at least we know where we stand.
I'm definitely, and just even talking about your business stuff, because it's the forwardness. Like, so I think when you run a successful company, you definitely have, like, it's a little tricky to me because like, so like with the audio stuff, I have had to distance myself a little bit from that because I was a little too accessible, where like somebody's going to call me and I just don't know what's going on because I'm, you know, at the barn, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. I don't know what's going on with this situation or whatever, or I haven't been apprised of all the details yet. And then people want me to make a decision that I can't make a decision on because I don't have all the details. So I've gotten really good about like a little bit of distance, where then I can get all of the facts and then make the call, right? That I need to. So I've had to work a little bit on the structure of my businesses the last couple of years, because while I'm over here trying to rodeo and go do all these other things, I don't have time to sit in the office and do that stuff. So I have really great people that work for me right now. And so that's enabled me to do so much more because I know that they're handling what they have to do. But I think like when it's a bad situation, like I'll be the first one to just pick up the phone and call. And like I had to call somebody the other day for their farm was saying something or whatever, and it wasn't really making sense, and I wasn't really getting it from my office, like it just wasn't adding up or whatever. And so I just picked up the phone and called the client, and they're like shocked that I called them, and I was like, well, I want to make sure that this is going okay and you're happy and everybody's on the same page with what's going on or whatever. And I was like, and the situation had just gotten to the point where I needed to make the phone and handle it. And so anyway, it was fine. They were really surprised that I was calling them to deal with it. But I was like, well, this has just gotten to that point where I think I felt like I needed to just call and handle the situation. And it ended up being fine. They were fine. And, you know, and then the farms followed suit once him and I had gotten to, you know, on the same page. But I was like, sometimes it's so hard because I feel like a lot of people don't want to be forward in bad situations. Yeah. And like when you run a business, it's going to go wrong. Stuff's going to go wrong. There's a million fires that you put out.
Things go wrong.
And Clinton talked about that because he was saying that like the better you get at business, the less you're actually doing your business, which is true because it's like I rode one horse yesterday, which is the one I'm getting ready to go on. And I pretty much sent everything off anyway, but I have more I could ride. But I'm like, I don't have time to ride because I can't get off the damn phone. And so like.
You got your earphone and you're running.
Yeah, I'm just always like dealing with business situations, or like it's worse right now because I'm getting ready to leave. So I got to have, like I called we have the amino company. And so like for the supplements, I called Rosie this morning or last night and then talked to her. But I was like, hey, I need to make sure, what do you need from me? Because I'm fixing to be gone, you know?
So time out right there. So what companies, I don't know the answer to this question. A lot of the questions I'm asking, like, I don't know. And so it's for me and for the show. But what companies do you own or do you own a part of?
So the biggest one is going to be the stallions. So that's Adios, and then we have other young stallions coming up. So that's going to be the bulk of the spring is going to be stallion stuff.
All right.
But then we also have Red Hot Equine Aminos. So we do horse supplements.
Tell us about that.
So just the same as like if you were working out in the gym, you would take aminos and stuff. And so it's just like that for horses. So it's just to make sure that you're getting the most out of your feed, and then also making sure like
do I need
muscle.
That stuff?
It's really good. It's a really good. I got started in it because I wanted it for my own horses. Is how this business started. But we also have like stuff for their stomachs and probiotics and electrolytes for like temperature changes.
Okay.
Or hauling,
So
stressing,
I have
stuff like that.
like Sasquatch. He I don't give him feed. I only give him alfalfa at night. He eats free. They eat coastal Bermuda out here during the day, and pretty much all they want. They just waller around in the dirt, go like Sasquatch is a Missouri foxtrotter, and he's a big old guy. He's like over 16 hands. He's ginormous old guy. His feet are like huge, but he goes swimming in the pond too, like nutting out. His ears are poking up.
Oh my gosh.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Not cool if you're on it.
No.
Because I'll tell you another quick story, and then I want to circle back to his, and I'm going to see what you think.
Did he go in the pond with you?
I had the
swim.
Okay, well, there's a really sweet lady trainer that I got him from, and I cannot think of her name. I would shout her out because she was so honest. Like, I would so recommend someone to buy a horse from her, and I cannot think of her name. Anyways, I would shout her out on here if you were looking for a foxtrotter. But I paid $30,000 for him, and I didn't do a vet check. And she's the one that said, "Do you want to do a vet check?" I said, "Ma'am, I have no idea what you're talking about."
This is how new people get in trouble, though.
For real.
Yeah.
And so we spent a lot of time on the phone, but she was such a sweet lady. She's an older lady, but she sent me all kind of videos of Sasquatch. She called him Moon Pie, but I called him Sasquatch because he had like 9,000 pounds of hair on him when I got him from Missouri.
Yeah.
In the winter. Anyway, fast forward. He is who I wound up learning how to balance myself on the seat after the sexiest man alive about killed me. So,
oh man.
I decide, because I got the videos of him swimming with this lady.
So you're gonna swim?
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna try that. This seems fun. Seems like a great idea. So we go into the pond, because I've got on this side of the pond, the west side, I've got a beach entry, and it goes a long ways. It before it starts dropping off. So we're probably about stirrup deep, and we're walking. The water's pretty clear. He doesn't really care, and so like I can tell he's enjoying it. But he stops, and I've really only been riding like 2 weeks. I know more now, so you can comment all you want. Bring the comments. I don't care what I should have done. You know what? Matter of fact, go ahead and comment. What should I have done in this situation? Because I'm interested in reading. What should I have done in this situation? We're walking. What's the horse do? He stops, and I'm like, oh, look, he wants to play in the water. So
he's about to roll. Yeah.
So he starts slapping the water with his
cardinal sign there. Yep.
I didn't know. And so my son was on Winslow back at, because he didn't want no part of the water. He's like, no, I'm out on the water. The horse, not my son. And that's the Palomino. He's super smart horse too. But anyways, so he paws the water. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. This is like a dog would do. What does he do next? Flap. He just plops down in the water, and I'm like this deep in the water. And he's like wallering around, and then he rolls over. And I'm like, oh shit, like I'm missing to drown. It's like
so when you drop down, that's where you kick your feet out of the stirrups. That's when it's starting to go south.
So when he rolled back the other way, I was able to stand up and get off because he wanted to get the other side muddy. And
it's not good for your saddles either.
Oh man, no, it's not. It was that saddle with it's that saddle.
But the good thing is this is climate controlled in here, so that'll probably help you.
It's that saddle with the ostrich seat.
Oh god,
like it's a fancy saddle. And it's like we're just in the pond mud. We're covered in mud. And I'm this like almost everything's wet. And I come walking up out of there, and I didn't know whether to get mad or what. So I'm just standing up there, and he's just like wallering and having the time of his life in this water. And so he gets done, and he walks back up out of the water, and he just walks right up to me. And so I just get back on him when we go finish riding. Dead serious.
I love it.
I'm dead serious. He's such a good horse. But I did learn.
If they start doing all the stuff, you smooch them up out of it.
Yes, I learned that.
Don't let them keep going if you don't want to roll.
Yes, I did learn.
Some of them are really fast at it too. Like they'll like one paw and then drop. Like they know that they'll get in trouble, so they're just like, I'll just do it real fast.
Yeah.
But the other day I was riding Adios, and I'm riding him at High Point, so they have like the indoor arena and stuff, and it's pretty fluffy scene because they don't do like it's show horse stuff, so I just don't think it's like it's fluffier. Anyway, so we were like walking back in. He's pretty sweaty. Like I rode him out in the pasture, and then I'm like bringing him back in, and I could feel him like short stepping, and like I was like, Adios. And then he kind of goes to buckle, and I like kick him in the sides, and he like bounces up like a bunny. And I was like, not with me on you. And he was like, I wasn't doing anything. He just keeps going.
For real. He's gonna roll in it.
He's naughty. Yeah, he was definitely gonna roll.
Anyways, how in the world I got to swimming versus Sasquatch gut? But like Sasquatch, when I first got him, and I'm learning, I really, really was learning at that point. Like I still got so much to learn, but he would be fine all day long. I go to put him in their pen at night, and I was giving Sasquatch the same thing that I gave Winslow, which was a feed. Not going to name their name because they don't sponsor, but it was a senior blend, no molasses, and I would give each of them a scoop, and I was giving alfalfa. Flake alfalfa. And Sasquatch would like go to the corner, and he would put his head down, and you could tell he was like really struggling to breathe, and he would get hot and just bucket. I'm talking, and I'm literally mean like bucket loads of snot. Like it would fill up.
He's allergic to something.
A gallon bucket.
Yeah.
Coming out, just pouring out of his nose.
Oh, dang.
Pouring. And so I called my buddy David down the road here, and I was like, I don't know what to do. My horse is sick. I'm kind of freaking out right now.
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money for this horse. You know, I mean, what do I do? He runs down here. He checked him out. By the time he gets here, he's fine because I removed the feed. He's like, well, you're going to have to, do different things. But what I figured out is the feed.
Mm-hmm.
The feed, something in that feed.
He's allergic to.
Yeah. And so now I just don't give him any feed. And of course, he don't have a problem keeping weight on.
Huh.
But you ever had that happen?
There's definitely like allergy. They actually have like allergy panels and stuff for horses. You can run a panel on him and
It's the
see.
craziest
Yeah,
thing.
they but not super common, but definitely have had some over the years that, you know, we always have something that needs something special, you know. So
I never seen anything like it.
yeah, it's not fun.
The one Hulk down there, I think he'll gain weight breathing air. I mean
Some definitely do.
that dude, when you walk behind him, because I'll walk Abby will get Hulk and I'll get August and walk him up because August is frisky, and Hulk's just like, yes sir. He just does whatever you tell him to do. But August is not near the level of Adios in the sense of, you know, all the rearing up and jumping around and playing.
All the antics.
Yeah. But you like August is the best horse. But he might stop in the middle of you walking him up here and just plant his feet and be like, I just want to see how serious you are about us walking up here. You know,
Adios says that too.
he just like, okay.
I laugh too because I always joke that he's in white collar prison right now. And so when we go out, he's super excited to go out. Well, then when you come back, he'll go like 3 or 4 steps and he'll stop. He don't do nothing bad. Like he won't pull on you or nothing. He just stops. And you're like, come on, you got to
go back.
And so then he'll like 3 or 4 steps and he'll stop and he'll be like, do I have to? It's really nice out here.
Well, I feel bad because I have August in that little bitty pen right now. Little bitty as in, you know, I don't know what size the thing is, but it's big, but to me it's little. I don't know how many feet it is. But I got him in there because he wants to play with the other horses, and he runs too much. He runs all his weight off, but then he gets to biting, and the other horses they'll be like, they finally just bite him, and he had a chunk taken out of him, and so I think I call it solitary confinement because he's in that smaller pen by himself.
Instigator.
And I think I went and got him last night. I think he's depressed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in my mind or not, but I just feel like poor guy. He's just depressed.
Well, he's still on the fence with your.
He's sharing the fence, but he just
can't be a jerk to him.
He just seems depressed.
Yeah.
And so I told Jessica this morning, I was like, I don't think we can have August in the little pen anymore.
You get him a pony.
They can just kick each other. But I will tell you though, he's the most fun thing. What you were talking about, Adios. When you let him out, if he's like in the morning, when he hits that gate, and he's respectful to you when you're taking the halter off, but the second you say, like, okay, here you go, man, he's bucking and jumping. He's going all around, acting like an idiot, and it'll be wet out there, and he'll be running around. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're like, don't hit the fence.
Don't slip down.
Yeah.
Don't run into a tree.
See, horses. Yeah, the trucks are probably a little more reliable in that way.
Anyways, yeah. Where was I going a while ago? We were talking about determination and perseverance. But how long did you do this business before you felt like it's really coming to, like, how many years was it before you were like, it's starting to work?
I would say, oof, man, I would say at least like 10 or more years before you're like, okay, this is kind of like the direction I really want to go, you know, because I was just the same as everybody else. I had a bunch of training horses in and, you know, trying to just ride horses. But then, so like training horses is a really not a good business plan. Don't come hate me in the comments, but because training horses is based solely on what you can produce in a day. So it's me. Like if you write me a check to ride your horse, you want me to do it, right? Okay, you don't want somebody else to do it at my house. So it's really just based solely on you. And then the more horses that you have, the more overhead that you have, right? So really the only way to make like money in this is either sales or like lessons, if you have less overhead or on that kind of deal. So it just depends on how your business is structured at that point. But I'm like, so like if I ride horses for you and I sell you a horse, hopefully I make money, or you come and ride with me and take lessons, hopefully I make money, right? But the actual training of the horse is not what's making money every month because my overhead is too high. And so I really wanted to find a way that I could like ride all the horses that I want to ride and be my own best client and have that freedom or just even opportunity. Cause I'm like, okay, there's lots of times that I've been in a situation. It's like, oh, this horse would have been a really good deal, but it was $75,000, and I was like, I want to just be able to write the check, do what I want to do with it and then sell it for 150. I'm like, that's what I want to be able to do. And I'm like, how many times do the trainers have the capability, but they don't have the funds to take advantage of opportunity?
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
So, but I would say like probably like 2020, 2021 is like when I finally started getting enough of the business going to like buy land and to buy, like to really start, like I cash flowed my whole build, just to really start like doing that. And then the same thing, like, right, every single dollar went either back into the horses or back into the build or back, like it just was all, everything went back in, and then as that grew, then I was able to get, with Adios. Adios has been a really fun chapter because, he's a stallion. So then like that business side is really good, but like the social media does really good for his stuff. And then like we do all the merch for his stuff. The merch does really good. And that's just like kind of been a different way to be in the spotlight with him. Like it's been really cool to share him. He's just such a fun horse. Like I laugh every single day. Like he's really funny. And so that's fun because like I've had a lot of like winning horses that weren't really fun to be around. Like they were, they're kind of assholes, really. Like they're not fun to train on. They're not fun to ride. Like they're really fun to compete on and it's fun to win, but it's not fun like the everyday. It's not fun.
That was a big misconception of mine. I thought that you watch videos, social media. I thought they were going to be more like pets.
Yeah.
Because that's what's on social media.
Some are, but some aren't.
And yes.
Yeah.
And I've even got some of mine are funny, and then some are not.
Yeah.
They're here to do their job.
They just want to do their job, and then some of them really want to be involved, and so it kind of depends, So for me personally, like I'll weigh it out. So like, can the horse be finished out by a kid? Okay, it's not going to work for what I want. Can it be finished by a kid? Does it have the right temperament? Is it going to be good to ride? Or like we just sold a gelding, and a really good trait about him is like you could take him through the pattern 57 times and he would not care, which is great for somebody that's learning to ride and has to do the pattern 57 times. Where like I have Penny, and I call her Crazy Train. So Crazy Train she's too busy for all that. Like she wants to work. She's like, you point me in the direction of what we're doing, I got you. But like she don't want to practice. She doesn't want to be a pet. She's friendly. Like she's fine to be around and stuff. Like, but she's got some quirks and like nothing, I would not consider any of them bad or anything like that, but just like stuff that needs to be managed to keep her competing at the top of her game. Right. So not a big deal at all to me, but to some horses, some people, that horse would not be fun because she's a competitor. But I'm like, I'm looking for an elite competitor, a weapon. I will deal with some crap to win. You know? And I'm like, but not everybody wants that. Some people just want to go have fun.
Well, so like with the kids that were here earlier, that we showed the videos on asking you questions, that's going to be a decision for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they want a pet?
Yeah.
And this is a question too. Out of what I'm saying, you'll get the question, but do they want a pet? Somebody they can have fun with, they can make, videos with, post them because they're mouthing their lips, or or they're doing their hair up and they're doing makeup and all, and those are funny. Like I enjoy watching them too. But does that horse go run? And I was joking with you about Sasquatch running a 15.9. Like, is a 16.9? Is that like really, really good? What's it?
The only pattern that's always the same is called a standard pattern, and that's always going to be the same measurement. But everywhere else is just kind of dependent on the arena.
What's in a standard?
So a standard pattern, anything in the 16s is it's fast, like pretty good. So 16.9 would still be a good run.
What's the best Adios ever run in a standard pattern?
He's run a 7 on a 16.7 on a standard, and then he's run like 16.8s and 9s on like the ground looks like this, like just terrible rodeo ground. I'm more proud of those where he did it when it was terrible.
Oh yeah.
You know, because like when it's the ground is pristine, he can be super fast. But I'm like, it's more impressive to me when he can do it when not everybody can. You know. So if I told you that Sasquatch ran a 16.4, that'd be really, really fast on the standard.
Well, he didn't.
Like he would win. He would win the pink buckle.
He didn't. But that's my question though. Are there horses out there that like these kids that were in here and they've got to make a choice because you can't have everything.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lesson in life. No matter what business you're in, whether you're trying to listen to self-help videos or whatever, like. You have to make your mind up. I'm going to be a winner, and I'm willing to do anything and sacrifice everything along the way. Because if you want to win,
it takes also that level of commitment to win.
If you want to commit to win, like you're going to lose friends, you're going to lose family, you're going to miss birthdays, you're going to miss barbecues, you're not going to be sitting down like this right here during those days of building, grinding.
The building of the business.
And guess what? Hard. Guess what? Those days, ain't nobody asking Troy or Tricia to come on no podcast.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to help you. They only want you when you're on top and everybody says, oh, well, it must be nice. Must be nice to have 518 wheeler. Must be nice to own Adios.
Yes.
Well, guess what? He was for sale. You could have bought him.
Yeah, he was on Facebook.
He was on Facebook. You could have bought him.
Yep.
And so that to those girls, like, are they going to have to make a decision? Do they want a pet or do they want?
I think it depends on the kid like that early. Cause they talk about, there are some youth riders that are riding weapons, and they're still probably nice horses, but they're a little more forgiving, but probably cost $1 million. Like, I mean, a lot. And then you have, then you have kids that are building it. So they might have a nice prospect, but they got to put in the time and the seasoning, which is, a lot of looking stupid till it comes together. And then, and then you have some kids that are good with the training side of it, but a lot of kids aren't because kids want instant gratification.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So like you have to have the right type of kid that can like finish it out. And that's what I was telling those kids when they asked the question about like your lesson, because I remember when I was a little kid, all I wanted was a finish horse, but like the tools I learned to finish a horse are far more valuable now. Because I can make that horse again and again and again and again and again. Like now I learned all the things to look for. And I always joke it's kind of like dating. So hopefully, as you go, you get better at picking what you need.
Not everybody.
Yes.
We have friends that's like, we tell them, hey, man, your picker's broke.
Yes.
Because you pick only bad ones. Like you're not learning your lesson.
Pick the opposite of what you would want to pick. Yes. But so like hopefully you learn and it gets easier and you pick better stock. And, so every time like you should pick better horses. And I always say that with the breeding too, right? Because so like you want better stallions, you want better mares, you want better because the name of the game in breeding is getting better, right? Yeah. That's why we're all doing it, is to try to produce a better horse than what we have. And so, and I think sometimes that gets a little bit misconstrued too, where people like, they want to just be okay with what is. And it's like, when you're talking about building that business, You can never be okay with what is. You have to always want more, want more. Like,
because
how do you get over the hump, you know?
I used to tell my managers, we had Monday meetings, and I used to tell them, like, sometimes they say, well, so-and-so, does that job. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care who's doing that job. If that job is here's the way I think about it, like, and this can go for relationships, this can go for competition in business, this can go for everything. Like, if whoever it is you're going to talk to, if they're very, very satisfied with whatever, going on, they won't talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll shut you down. They'll say, man, I'm sorry. Don't waste your time. I'm very satisfied. I would do the same thing with like tire vendors and this and, my guy at Rush Peterbilt. We had other salesmen come in. I'm like, dude, my Peterbilt salesman is like my brother. Like, don't waste your time. I appreciate you coming by. I'm not trying to be rude, but there is a 0% chance that you're going to get my business.
Yeah.
Just don't waste your time. If you want to take a picture together or go take somebody else's lunch, put my name on it so you can so you don't get in trouble with your boss.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming by. But I forgot where I was going with that girl.
Building the business.
Oh, shoot. I looked over there, squirrel. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm getting old. Anyways, yeah, I would just tell my guys, you can't not go after something because you think so-and-so is satisfied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you got to try.
I don't care whose business it is.
Same thing with the no thing. It's like no is never going to be.
You cannot take no for an answer.
Yeah.
You just.
And on the flip side, that's also the reason I say yes to a lot of things. Because, so like this, for instance, so Clinton called me and asked if he could send you my number or whatever. And then he told me like, oh yeah, this is the guy who's nice. He does a podcast, whatever. And so, but I was like, that's cool. And I was like, I said yes, because I'm like, you never know who you're going to meet, who you're like the experience that you're going to have, the opportunity, the connections that you make. So like, I try to say yes to probably a lot of things that most people that could do it don't say yes to. But I'm like, I've gotten so much business from that.
Yes.
From just going, like, I mean, Clinton sends me stuff all the time. And like, and I've done, doing that, I'm going to do advertising with Clinton and like, and because I like to do business with people that I like.
100%. I used to tell my friends, like,
it's just fun. I just want it to be fun. But like, I always joke too about like money, because I'm like, okay, I tell trainers all the time, I'm like, hey, when you get these clients that have a lot of money, they don't give a shit that they're losing money if they're having fun. If you get to see your horse on the thing and you're like, oh, this is so cool, and I get to watch the training and I get to do this, and my horse is going, and yeah, maybe you didn't win this much money yet, or you only won a little bit of money or whatever, but I'm having so much fun watching him go and seeing the training and doing. You don't give a shit if that horse is losing some money, because you're enjoying the process. You're enjoying you're having fun. Like, you're having fun doing it.
I mean,
I do lots of things that lose money because I have fun doing it.
Yes, 100%. Like,
if I'm not having fun and everybody's an asshole to deal with or whatever, cut that. I'm out of here.
I guess for me, if I'm that guy, say I own Penny or Adios or whatever, and I see you, not Adios because he wins a lot. Say
Penny wins a lot too.
Penny wins a lot too. Say
Fluffy. It's Fluffy.
Say we had Fluffy out there, and Fluffy's a great horse.
Yeah.
And he's, is Fluffy a boy or a girl?
It doesn't matter.
It's gonna be a boy. He's a stallion.
It's a boy.
Fluffy's a stallion, and Fluffy, he's a great horse, and he tries, but he only wins 20% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But we're having a lot of fun doing it, and we're laughing, and I, from time to time, go to watch you run, Fluffy, and then we go to dinner and we're laughing. And Josh and I are talking about building a building or whatever. We're talking about, hey, we're going to buy another horse. This is so much fun. We're going to buy another one. Let's buy 3 more, you know? But the thing is, where I come from is like, coming from like Abby and I sharing a pot of ramen noodles, like literally. I've said that a lot of times, and I'm not exaggerating, to the point of like, if Abby and I get run over by a train and we're no longer, okay, my kids are taken care of. Like kids are taken care of now because of my determination and grit and good choices and discipline and not taking no for an answer and all these other things that no one taught me. I had it in me. Like a lot of people say, well, you know, it's your surroundings, it's your spouse, it's your this. No, it's in your heart. It's in you. Do you have the will to fight when everybody else quit?
Doesn't see the vision.
Or they don't see they don't have the drive.
You be in a lot of places where like people do not see the vision. They just tell you you're crazy.
They just say no, but I guess where I'm going with this is like, okay, whether I left my kids 10, 30, 50, 100 million, whatever, they're taken care of. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's probably just going to blow it anyways.
Yep.
And so if I'm having fun watching Fluffy, and we're having fun doing it,
gotta be fun.
Then that's where those people are coming from. Yeah. That's exactly where those people are coming from. They made it. They got it. They're fun. They're having fun with you.
And that's literally like, that's the coolest thing about the horses, because like that's at the end of the day, right? Like that's all we all want.
We're just having fun.
We love horses, and we just want to have fun and enjoy watching them go. And I think it's really cool too, like the competition side, because it's really cool to see, like, as much as you love like your horses here, but it's so cool to see a horse that genuinely wants to compete. Like they are competitive, like they want to do it. And like that part's so cool.
Yeah.
You know? Like I joke, like it's the smallest things with Adios that I like love the most about him. But that, like one thing he does, like when he comes out, so he'll shake his head when he comes out the alley. He'll shake his head, and it's either like, yeah, I'm such a badass, or it's like, that ground sucks. Like you can tell when he comes out, like if he's frustrated or he's proud.
When he's done?
Yeah, like he'll be totally done, and I'll be like pulling him up to stop him, and he'll be like, oh, it was so awesome in there. Or it'll be like, that really sucked. And like you'll feel him like push his feet like, that's stupid, I need another chance. Or like he'll be so proud of himself, and he'll be like chest out and be like, I was amazing.
Look at me, everybody, go buy one of my shirts.
And like it's so cool to see, like, because he genuinely loves people, and like he genuinely, you know, I swear that sucker knows that they're like there to cheer for him, and like he feeds off that energy. Like he's all about it, and like it's really cool to see that side of a horse, you know, that where they like genuinely love competition.
Yeah.
You know, like I think he would do it with or without me. Like he loves it, you know, and that's the thing.
Let me tell you,
he's 6 years old now. So I'm like, everybody's like, you should just retire. I'm like, he would be so miserable.
Oh yeah.
Like he would hate it. Like,
he would hate white collar prison.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah. He wants out every day. And like when I see him, like I'll go and see him, and he'll just like talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And he's like, oh my God, where have you been? I've been waiting for you all day. You know, like, hurry up, take me out of here.
So, Sasquatch, Mr. Athleticism, if you put him in our makeshift stalls over here, he's so big, he just looks over the gates at you, and he's like, hey man, come talk to me. Come let me out of here. And you go up to him and you talk, he just puts his big old head down there, and his head is so big, like the only way any head stall that I need to I'll tell you what. If you make custom headstalls, comment in the comment you in the video and let me know, because his head is so long and so big that there, even if you add some notches for his length, you run out of leather.
Yeah.
He's just, and so a lot of times I'll saddle him up and I just put a halter on him and I just use the halter rope.
Is he in a regular halter still?
He's just, I just,
regular?
any halter.
Yeah.
Because he minds so well.
Yeah.
He just does whatever you ask him to do. But anyways, yeah. And you go up to him and you put your hand out like that, and he just licks you like a German Shepherd. He just licks and licks.
Yeah, it's fun. I like him too. It's funny because, like, especially with Adios, because we get so much like pushback on his behavior, and like he's a stallion, but if you cut him, he would still be the same horse.
Probably
like,
so.
Yeah. It's a lot of what he does is not stallion behavior. It's just
him.
Big personality. But for me, I'm like, I would be bored if he wasn't like that. Like, I like his 19 personalities. Keeps me entertained. Yeah. And so I think he's funny. And I'm like, and I think that God knew when he sent that horse to me that like that was my buddy. And I hope everybody gets to have that kind of bond with one. Cause like I like all my horses, but like that horse knows what I'm thinking. You know, like he's just that much in tune to what you're doing. It's really cool. It's just a really unique experience to have a horse like that with that kind of bond. So,
to the people watching or listening, if you're a barrel racer, like this question's, you're going to yawn at this.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us on here, including myself, I have. And expand on this question. Don't just give me because I know the answer, the easy answer. Okay, me being a quote unquote more of a beginner rider, and I'm trying to learn as fast as I can, but lately it's been very challenging with everything going on to find time. Plus, it's hot as hell. Like you got to ride it like
early or late.
You better ride it like 6 a.m. So before I get to the question, like these horses they're so spoiled, and I already know what the comments are going to say about this, but like they're so spoiled, like you can pretty much hang up riding them at 8 o'clock at night when it cools down, because they know that the alfalfa's waiting on them, and they're
very like time oriented.
They are so like they look at this gate
Not
right
my
here.
Horses, though.
Not yours?
Well, it's probably like my regular horses, like young horses, but rodeo is so chaotic and like the show.
These guys are like they put a time clock.
It's almost like finding routines in chaos. Yeah. So like they know it's still the same expectations. I think like horses love structure. Like they do very well with set times. So then instead of having set times, we always have the same routines, right? So it might be like, okay, every time Adios goes in the cold spa, he knows it's dinner after. He's going to go back and I'm going to clean his stall and feed him and then put him back up. So it'll be like mini things of routine, right? Or like when we get somewhere, okay, we're going to set up our pens and do our shavings, and I'm going to put you in the pen, and then I'm going to feed you. Like he knows when everything goes in order, but it's like small amounts of structure and a lot of chaos.
Yeah. That's these guys.
So we might run at like 2 a.m. I mean, we don't know.
That's crazy.
It is.
Okay, so here's my question. I think of a good barrel racer, and a good is in a low time. Okay, a contender.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch, and I have a lot of respect for, and this is like, I told the kids, like, hey kids, when you come meet Tricia, you need to have your one question that you're going to answer. Really think about it. Because, this, you may not ever.
They had good questions.
They did have good questions. Yeah. And so my one question is, when I watch the barrel racers, the good ones, I think of y'all like riding a bolt of lightning and you're hanging on for dear life, like when that that sexy beast threw me off down here in the pasture. And in the middle of that, I watched a video of you. You're not hanging on for dear life, but in my mind, you are hanging on for dear life. And then you round these barrels, and as soon as you go around this barrel, you get 1 inch too close, and it starts falling over. And in the middle of all that, you reach down and grab it and stand it back up.
Yeah.
And the horse.
It's the best on Adios because Adios still goes where we're supposed to go. Some of my other ones go a little rogue. But yeah.
Like.
You think about like what's happening in those moments because like if it goes really good and it's great, like I don't really remember anything. I only really remember what goes wrong. So like that where it's like too close or I need to leg lift or I need to move, then that's what I'm going to remember about that run. But like you're thinking that it's just muscle memory. Like you're thinking.
You've just done it so many times
fast.
and it's just.
And at that level, timing is just incredibly important because I mean, it's, you could win by a thousandth of a second.
Yes.
So like it's so tight, you have to get every bit.
To get better and better, obviously the horse can only pick up speed at its own athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
So where you can gain time, correct me if I'm going way out wrong on this, because I'm an expert. but it seems to me that you take that factor out of it because the horse can only speed up as fast as it can speed up.
Yep.
Right. And he's going to do his job. If he's a good horse or she, he's going to do his job. So it seems to me that you're only going to make up time on the slowing down and waiting till the last possible second to slow down and how close you get to the barrel. So you want to wait as long as you can wait and you don't want to dump the barrel over. And
I think it's funny that you think we have that much control. Like
you don't?
I mean, at that going that fast. So like they're all, I wouldn't say all of them, but a high percentage is pretty well trained, right? Like, I mean, Christy's been riding Adios for me and like she was surprised. She's like, he rides around like a reining horse. Like he's just slow-headed and quiet and like he's playful, but like very easy to ride. But like when you're really going that fast, you really have to just trust your training because it's a lot of them, what you train them to do. But then at that point, it's them.
So by the time you get
I'm just there in case something goes wrong or I need to make a change or do something different. But like, do I have control of how fast Adios slows down at the turn? Not at all. Like he's got to judge and they judge it, which is really crazy because that horse is incredibly smart. But like for rodeo, especially because you get in a lot of situations where like the ground is not safe and like, I have to trust him to keep himself up. Right? Like when you get in that situation, if I were to mess with him, I would probably hinder his performance.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm trying to help him, but he's having to compensate for me. So like in those kind of situations, I just want to stay like super centered and try not to pull on him and be like, hey buddy, it's on you today because I can't help you. So they have to be smart enough. So, and I'll feel him because I feel like you kind of test it at the first barrel and he knows by the second. And I can tell because when he's running, you'll see people complain sometimes. But like, so Adios will go into that turn as tight as he can and leave that thing straight as can be when the ground will hold him. If it won't hold him, you'll watch him step out and he'll like run around it and he'll kind of run out of the turn. It's still really fast. Like he's still going to win or be close. But I know that when he does that, the ground didn't hold him somewhere else. And that's how he adjusts for it. So like, I don't correct him. Everybody tells me I need to correct him. I don't correct him because I can go to the next place and the ground is good and he'll be right where he's supposed to be. So like, to me, it tells me that he's
smart
feeling
enough.
He's making an adjustment to save on himself, So like, I'm not going to fix that. He still wins. So, but I'm like, but if he makes the call, that's what, and sometimes I'll watch him like kind of step out of a turn here or there because he never does that, like unless it just don't hold him.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's good conditions again, you know, like so last summer was really funny because I was rodeoing. So like you get to the end of summer and it's starting to suck. Like I'm drawing bad. Like I can't tell if he's sore. Like he hit himself at Spanish. So I'm like, did he bruise the crap out of his foot? Like what happened? Cause like he like the ground didn't hold him and he like hit himself pretty hard. Well, imagine hitting yourself going 30 miles an hour with the foot. It probably hurts. And so he's a little ouchy, you know, but like not bad. And I stop at this place in Utah that I stay, and I have him in the cold spa every day, like every day religiously trying to go. And I'm calling my vet here in Texas because I'm like, I think I need to go see Dr. Sharp, and you know, it in Idaho, and like, you know, it's only like 6 hours and I can make it work, you know, to get there. And he's like, listen, my vet here, Dr. Lee, he's like, is he a little sore? Probably, you know, probably same as you. And he's like, is he crippled? No. Is he this? You know, no, like he's fine. And he's like, go run him at a jackpot or whatever. Well, they were having a big race across the street from where I was staying. And so I go in there and I'm still convinced I need to go to the vet. Like he's not working right. It's just not going my way. And I'm drawing like crap and it's not ideal ground and stuff. So like it just hasn't been good or whatever. And Dawn like straight up tells me, go to the race across the street and run him there. I don't want to waste a run on him. I think I just need to go to Dr. Sharp. But Don's been working on Adios since he was, you know, 2, and he got cast in a stall and got hurt. So he's been working on forever. They have a very good relationship. So I take him across the street. He runs like the second or third fastest time. I don't know. It was really fast and it was beautiful, and he didn't step off anywhere. And it was like literally as perfect as it could be. Don's like, well, how did it go? And I'm like, it went fine. You know it went fine. It's like, because you're the one that told me to do this, you know? And I'm like, he's fine. And he's like, yeah, you're fine. You're just drawing like crap. Keep going. I was like, okay, keep going. Because I'm like, it's hard when you're out there, and like I love my horse. I don't want to cripple him doing this. And you know, I've had like phases of it too. Like, so it's futurity year. For instance, I get to the Royal Crown. This is her first year at Lazy E. I'm number like 17, 18, 19, somewhere. Like I'm 3 drags in. So they drag every 5. So they'll run 5 and then another 5 and then another 5 and then my set. So pretty fast. And I'm watching good horses, like, and good riders slipping, sliding everywhere. And so I'm like, man, I just like, I'm scared. And then to me, I'm like, man, my horse just crossed, you know, 200,000 or something in earnings, and like, and I don't want to hurt him, and I don't want, like, and he's a stud, and like you start getting all these intrusive thoughts, like, you know, that make you ride careful. Okay. So I go in there, I'm scared, and you know, I hold him up or whatever. Well, I don't let him get to running in there, and so I hold him up at the first barrel. And I just barely dragged the first barrel leave in. I just kind of hand ride him through the other 2. He would have won the round by like 2/10. Well, now I'm pissed because now I just wasted a freaking run on my horse, because he should have won the round. And he didn't win the round because I rode like a chicken. Like I made him not do what he does, you know? So then the next round I come in and he's like a 10th or 2 slower, but I was bottom of the ground or whatever. But he had a good run. I didn't place in the round because the round got a lot faster the second day, but I would have handily won the average by like 2 or 3 tenths, like a lot. So then I'm just ticked because I'm like, well, that probably cost me 40, 50, 60,000 at that one show, you know, and because I was a chicken. So then I have to have this whole conversation with myself about if I'm going to send him down the alley, I'm sending him. Like we're either gonna wipe out or we're gonna win. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to have that mentality to compete at that level, right? And so the next futurity, I win. I win the round and win the average. And then the next one, I win around and I'm like 3rd in the average. And like, anyway, so then I'm like starting to do, because I'm like, okay, I got to get back out of my head. Then full circle. So we get to the end of the year. Adios likes to give everybody a show. So they take the top 15 to Vegas. I'm sitting number 15 for like weeks. Like, and I laughed because like one girl, she was like, what are you going to do when you don't make the finals? And I laughed. I said, oh, I'm going to make the finals. Like, I was like, I'm sitting on a winner. And when you get him in his setup, he's going to win. So I start coming back down from Puyallup or whatever. And I stop in Albuquerque and I look at the ground and it's like the right kind of ground and the right kind of setup or whatever. So like Adios goes in and he takes the lead or whatever. Awesome. Go to the next one. I go to Abilene. Well, somebody like rides up to me and I think they're trying to be nice, but they're like, man, everybody's been falling at the third barrel and like, you better watch out. Like the third barrel is terrible. And I kind of like laughed it off. And I was like, if I ain't willing to send him in there, I shouldn't be here. Like I'm number 15 in the world. We got 2 weeks left. Like I'm in crunch time right now. Like this is when it matters. And I tell Adios, like, buddy, you better get your shit together. Cause like we got 2-3 weeks left. Like we're at the end. Like this is make or break it. And Adios, he's Adios. So he goes in there on bottom of the ground, takes the lead, runs 16 on standard. Like doesn't make a crap to him about the ground. He don't care. So I win Albuquerque, win Abilene. That secures me into Sioux Falls, which is those two were playoff rodeos, and I needed those because we're all trying to get into the the finals. So I get into Sioux Falls. Well, then. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we're making progress now, but they're coming for you. There's still 2 weeks left. Well, I get fouled up at Mandan. Well, I have to turn out of like 6 rodeos. Like, I got 2 weeks left. And they're like, well, we won't charge you fines because, it was a foul up of like Procom and they messed up the draw. So like, it wasn't my fault, but now my schedule is not going to work at all. So now I'm like, well, this is cool. Right. So now I'm like, I needed all these rodeos and now I got to turn out of everywhere because I got to go up north. So I go up north or whatever. I end up not running him at Mandan because it flooded. And then we go to, we're just hanging out, getting ready for Sioux Falls or whatever. And I'm like, this is it. Either if I make the finals at Sioux Falls, I make the finals of the NFR. So like I have 2 runs now that are like, that's the kind of pressure that you're on. Like a whole year worth of work. It's coming down to 2 runs. And like these 2 runs dictates whether I make it or not, which is a terrible place to be unless you have Adios, because Adios is like the ultimate hold my beer horse. So Adios is like, I always knew we were going to the finals. So he makes his 2 runs. He gets me back to the finals. So when you get into the finals, the lowest money you can make is $4,000. So that's all I needed to get into the finals. So like, we're not talking about a lot of money. I'm like, right on the edge. Well, then he goes in, he wins the semifinals, and then he ends up second in the deal. He wins like $24,000. And so then we're like solidly, and now we come in at 11th place or whatever.
Oh, really?
Finals.
So you went from 15th to 11th?
Yeah. So I did a big jump at the end. And then Adios is just like, well, I don't know what the problem
knew all
was.
along.
Yeah, like I told you we were going to make the finals. So we made the finals. And he won like all the last rodeos. But I'm like, but he's just that horse that when I was like, hey, bud, we're at the end. Like, you're going to have to get in gear. I got 2 weeks left. He was like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I appreciate that so much about that horse because every single time that I've been in that situation, he always comes through.
Yeah.
So then, like, we go to the finals. So the finals to me, I told Josh, a successful finals to me would be winning a round because he's capable of winning a round. Like, he's that fast. And I was like, and if I could win 100,000, like, that would be amazing finals. For my first time at the finals, Adios is young. So, like, that's 10 days in a row is grueling on a horse. And so we go, well, then we get to the 10th round and so if I get 4th place or better, then I'll cross $1 million in the last round. And so like, then I'm like, okay, so I don't even care where I end up in the world, right? Like, I don't even care. I've already moved up a bunch because I won so much money. Like, I didn't even know you could move up that much. And then now I'm sitting where like, I'm like, well, now I want to hit 1 million. Like, it'd be so cool.
How many horses hit 1 million?
Well, not a lot. Like, of the barrel horses, maybe like 10 or 15. Like,
in all time.
In all time, yep. So, not a lot. And actually, he's in the top 15 of all Western disciplines of all time. So, like, of money earned.
That's crazy.
Yeah, at 5 years old, which is awesome. So, like, I get there, I'm in the tunnel, I'm getting ready to go in or whatever, and I can hear him, the announcer, say something about Pop-Tarts. And that's the first time like I heard it get audibly louder. Like it just erupts like crazy. And everybody's like, were you nervous? And I was like, no, because like if any horse you want to be on for 10 rounds, like it's him. Like, you know, he's gonna get it done for you. And then I just had like this weird, overwhelming like peace feeling, which is really weird in that moment because it's so loud. I can't even hear myself think. And like, it's so loud. And I feel him just stick his chest out, you know, like he was just ready. And I knew, I was like, God didn't bring me this far to just cut me short. Like I knew, I was like, this is Adios' story. Like the first 30 year was his story. Now this is his story. And like I knew he was going to do it. And he ended up second in the round and he crossed 1 million. And then I ended up second in the world. And I don't know what the correlation is with twos, but there's been like 9 million twos. I just keep ending up second everywhere. So I'm like I'll be, when we start going, so I end up second in the world or whatever. Then we go to, we go to Fort Worth and I end up tied. And then like first, second or whatever. And then I lose the tiebreaker at Fort Worth. The only person that can beat me in a tiebreaker is Cassie. And so she beats me in the tiebreaker because she was the world champion last year and I was second. So then we go to Jackson and I end up tied for second. And then I go to San Antonio and I end up tied again. But I win the tiebreaker. But I'm like, I keep just like second place. Like I'll have back number 2 everywhere. And I'm like, what is this deal with these twos, man? I'm like, there's got to be some kind of correlation with all the twos, but there's something with the twos. But I just knew like in that moment though, that it's just a God story. Like, and I really honestly believe that that's Adios' story. And like, I'm just the instrument that he tells it with, because like the way that Adios has gotten to inspire people to chase their goals, to chase their dreams. Like this is a colt I bought off Facebook and trained him myself and like did everything with.
That's
and
the
like
funniest thing.
To see that, like that it is possible. You know, that's all I want to show. Like I did all last year with no sponsors because I just wanted to show that you could, because so many people have the excuse, right? Well, I don't have the money or I don't have the thing. Or there's a deal I was watching the other day and it was a podcast, like I can't remember the speaker's name. He's older, like it's from a long time ago. And he said that he wanted the guy, it was his mentor or whatever, and his mentor asked him to write down a list of every single thing that was the reason that he wasn't successful. And he's like, well, you know, like the weather, and I didn't have enough money for this, or I couldn't do this opportunity, or, you know, I didn't have this truck, or I needed this thing, or just all the excuses you could come up with of why you can't be successful, right? And he says the guy like takes his list and looks at it and he's like, you got a big problem with your list? And he's like, really? He's like, what's that? He says, you're not on it. And I was like, and it resonated with me so good because I'm like, if there's a will, there's a way. Like, and I used to joke with Adios because I would tell people like when they would see him, I'm like, this is the horse. I knew he had the talent. And I was like, hell or high water, I'll drag this sucker across the finish line. Like he will do it. Because I believe he can, but I will make sure he can. And when people say that about his foals, they're like, oh, well, you never know. Like maybe he won't produce. I'm like, there's no way he won't. Because hell or high water, I will make sure they get to the right hands, to the right trainers, the right people to back them. Like I will make sure. I will do it myself. If that's what it takes, I will do it. And I was like, so there's no way in my mind that he won't be successful, that he won't be what those people want him to be. Or like, you know, it's really cool with him because he's out crossing into other disciplines, which is really
You were telling me about that.
For a barrel horse, that is unheard
That's
of.
really, really strange.
They don't come to barrel racers to look for advice, usually. So it's really cool. And it's just shows, it's a testament to like how good built he is and how good minded he is, that like other disciplines are wanting to try it. And how cool is it that they're willing to pay the stud fee and gamble on that's
total
that
gamble.
They think of enough of him as an individual to gamble years of time, 5 years of time and money and effort to come up with that cross. Like I just have immense respect for the people that are even trying it. But we've brought him to like world champion cutting mares and world champion reiners and racehorses that were like not running bred, like not barrel bred racehorses, like that they are going to try, like the best that there are. Like he's literally bred the best that there are. So like it's so cool to get to see like I'm so excited to see him rope and to see him compete. And
Yeah.
like, I think it's so cool that somebody wants to do a snaffle bit prospect with it. Like, that's just so incredible I hope that he can touch so many people's lives. Like, that's the best part of having the stallion, is to see like how his story is going to influence for the next 50 years, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome to see long after he's gone, you know? So I wish horses live forever, because y'all are going to have to like admit me into the psych ward when that one goes.
That's probably not going to be a great day.
It'll be terrible.
Yeah.
I hope he lives till he's 35, as long as he can.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be a great day.
No. And it's hard because like that horse is my buddy. Like he's my best friend. Like I hope that everybody gets to have that kind of relationship, because the Adios babies are super funny. Like they have very big personalities and like very like outgoing and bold and kind. And like, it's just really cool to see that that's passing on even, you know, that's genetics are wild. So
yeah, it is
crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But it's so fun, and it's so cool to see like just the different, I mean, there people like trail riding them, and they like, you know, just having them as pets, and then they like to compete on them. And there's so many things, like there's so many different disciplines you can compete in. I mean, literally everything under the sun. So it's just so cool to see everybody that's involved in the horse industry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I think for me the most surprising thing was when you told me that that he was being bred into roping horses.
Oh yeah, the ropers are really.
I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I see, like, I mean, he will never rope. Sorry guys, because I'm left-handed, so that screws everything up. But also, like, I'm too chicken to like leave him anywhere. So like, I couldn't leave him with a trainer. There's no reason to. So, and he's like my other kid. So, so he won't rope. But I think the babies will do really good roping. But
yeah,
they're just very trainable and like really good minded and good movers, long strided, you know.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There was almost bought a horse, another horse from the guy in Wickenburg. His name is Nick Polera. And I think it's Nick. No, is it Polera Performance Horses? I think that's what it is. Polera Performance Horses. I think it's his company name. His name's Nick, but great guy, really, really great guy. That's who I got August from. But he had another gelding that I just almost bought, and he resembled Adios a lot. I mean, boy, he was handsome, really, really handsome. And I didn't buy him. I kind of regret not buying him, but I already struggled to ride what I got.
Yeah.
Because I'd have like, to me, I would have like 30 out here because I just like looking at them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with all these?
So you need some sort of futurity horse, and then you can raise them and look at them, and then they go to school.
Then they just go okay, bye-bye.
Go back and you just breed some of them and
go to school.
That's what you
See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll probably do some stuff like that, just to give me something to do. And it's like I was telling a buddy of mine who was talking to me about some futurity horses for the roping side. But he asked me, did I want to make money? I said, well, of course I'd like to make money at it, but I don't think you can make money. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I mean, I think
has to be the right stuff. And sometimes I think, like, I don't know, I almost kind of find that like the people that don't expect to make money usually it's easier to make money. You know what I mean? Like I have clients, like I have a client last year, they bred a Trace Ace and it was just like a freaking home run. Like we checked the mare at our place like the day before she was ready. We dropped her off. They bred her that day. Then they flushed an embryo. We picked up the mare, picked up the recip at 45 days. Like it was like the smoothest scenario you could have ever had in your life. And I remember telling them, I was like, please don't think this is like how everything will go. Cause like, because they don't know. And I'm like, and he's kind of, you know, that stallion, he's old. So like he started to breed too sometimes. And like they, you know, they had a maiden mare and it was like all the scenario that like it shouldn't have been quite that easy. And it was so easy. And they were like, this is great. And I was like, okay, it went great. But like,
Doesn't normally go that way.
not normally the case.
Yeah.
So I was like, just need you guys to know that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's, I think there's opportunity. But for me, I'm just.
the horse business is a multi-billion-dollar industry. There's
really.
plenty of money.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't that the money isn't there. That's why I joke about, even with all of the stuff, like when people talk about that, I'm like, it's not that there's not money or you can't make money. There's a million things you can do in horses to make money. You just got to figure out what that thing is,
Well, speaking of making money, did for Adios, did Pop-Tart start sponsoring you?
No, but I joke because like everybody
They
under the sun's probably told them.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, they should have. He could have been on the box. He would have sold like a lot of Pop-Tarts on the box. And he loves Pop-Tarts. I don't know.
After I saw your videos, I gave our horses some Pop-Tarts, and man, it was snatched the whole box out of your hands.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so funny because people are like, they always get after me. They're like, he's going to die of something from Pop-Tarts. And I was like, okay, but like sometimes, I eat a candy bar sometimes. Like, he's fine.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all
I mean, you can't eat like 6 of them, but.
No. So like, I'll feed him one. He can distinctly tell the wrapper sound too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, whenever anything is going on, he can tell if it's like a wrapper for something else or like the Pop-Tart wrapper. Like the foil on the Pop-Tart, he's got it down. And like, you'll see him instantly like ears up and like start looking and he's like, where are the Pop-Tarts?
Yeah.
And he'll come straight to you for a Pop-Tart.
He's like, wait a second, you got
he
Pop-Tarts?
loves Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Random. Super random.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to take 4 hours like some other people's. No, just kidding. Clinton asked me if I watched the whole thing, and I told him, I said, no, man, it's 4 hours long.
It's a long time. Yeah.
I
I'm
can't.
surprised it went that long too, though, because it didn't even seem very long. Like it was fast to.
Yeah.
Because he's
Time goes by so fast sitting here.
Yeah.
And then you just wander off on all these tangents and you're just talking and you're just like, you look down and you're just like, holy moly, we done videoed 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
And
it goes fast.
I need like I said, it's just what I was going to put is I was going to put like a real coffee pot underneath there because you can't see it with the camera. And that way I could just refill a coffee and then she could have a coffee and then we could just, yeah, like a little kitchenette right there.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Clinton packs his little lunch box. It's like a lunch box of like ice and cocktails.
Yes.
Yeah. I just drank aminos, but it was like, it's a thought to count.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next? So you're taking off in a week.
Yep.
Where you go first?
I think
Or are
like
you not saying?
Idaho, Oregon, Utah, kind of up that way, and then back down to like Reno.
Oh, you know something we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about that crazy girl because I got a story too, trucking related. We should have talked about this way early. This is a great thing to have as a short for Stay Till the End. Man, do I have some stories. I'm going to tell you after you tell me what you think about that. I've got at least a 5-minute story that I've never told outside of my circle of my crew.
Mm-hmm.
That
Like
went,
a stalker story?
maybe.
Okay.
I've never told this story ever. But do you have anything you want to say about the stalker, or are you staying quiet on that?
Oh, no, I'm quiet. Stalkers are not fun. Please don't stalk me.
We're just normal people.
We're just normal people. Literally, we're just normal people.
We're
trying to
literally-
feed our family.
Yeah, we're just trying to feed our family.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Okay, let me tell you. 3 times with the Bocephus truck. I don't have a picture of it. It's the red one.
Yeah.
You know
Why
that-
don't
you
have
know-
a picture in here.
I think it's
Is it
over
that
there.
one up there?
Oh, yeah, it's over there.
Okay, that's
Yes.
a really little picture though.
Somebody sent those to
I
me.
feel like you're slacking.
There's probably a bigger one somewhere.
Every other
Oh, you know
show.
what? I got a model of it over there. Can you see it?
No.
On the wall? Below that TV.
Oh, no. Barely.
Christian Chapson, he comes from France every year, and he made the Dust in the Wind model, and he made the Bocephus model.
That's cool.
He hand builds those things.
That's awesome.
Anyways, on Bocephus, when we were really hot and heavy showing that truck, we hadn't showed it in a couple of years. It's sitting in the shop over there. 3 different times at 3 different places. One time we were see, where were we? We were at 75 Chrome in Florida at that show, and somebody took the oil fill cap off and took it. It's like, it was nice, it was chrome, but somebody took it, and I had to call my buddies at PDI. I don't think they were at that show. No, I know they weren't at that show. So anyways, we wrapped it and zip-locked it with zip-tied it with a Ziploc bag and to get home. But otherwise, we just, blow a bunch of oil out all over the place. And then, like sabotage. And then we were somewhere. I'm trying to think of the other little one, because there was a big one. Where were we? We were at Mid-America, and we got sabotaged. I'm trying to think of what the second one was. I know Diller's going to be watching, and Steven and Bonehead, and they're going to be like, "Hey, you dummy, you know what happened?" I ought to call him. I ought to call Bonehead dumbass right now and ask him. He's such a dumbass. In a good way. He's really something. I can't think of the second one. We had a sabotage again. I cannot remember what happened. Damn, what happened? I can't remember. Oh, I know what it was. Somebody pulled my kingpin.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so we would have lost the trailer when we went to leave. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's a real crappy thing to do. Why would you do that?
I've heard that that's like a thing at
Truck stops and stuff.
stops or something.
Yeah, I'm like, why would you do that, man? It's just $1 million show truck.
Yeah.
That we build. We don't paint, but we did the rest. And Mike Tatum did the interior. But I'm like, man, why would you do that?
Yeah, I've heard that people do that with horse trailers. Like they've started like unhooking them at truck stops and stuff.
So here's the worst one. We're at a show and Steven's driving. Steven Melanders, way back. Before we tore the truck down, I don't know how many times we tore that truck down to the frame. But this was like the 3rd build. We're on the last build right now. We're not doing it anymore. But we leave and we get going. And he was like, man, something don't feel right about this truck. I've never told this story because I didn't want the person that did it to get the satisfaction of knowing that it bothered us. But we get going down the road, and he's like, man, Steven's driving the truck. He's like, something don't feel right on this truck. And so we walk around the truck. Everything looks fine. He's like, the front end is just a little funny. But we get under it, we're shaking, like everything's fine, and so anyways, I don't know. I think what happened was I was walking around the truck and I looked down and the lug nut covers screw on to the threads behind the lug nut itself.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll shoulder up to the lug nut so they won't go any further. Well, I saw a gap in between the lug nut cover and the wheel.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's not right. And so I screw it on and it's tight. And I'm like, no, that's not right because it's supposed to, generally they go all the way to the wheel.
Yeah.
And touch the wheel. And I'm like, man, it's not right. So I mess with all of them. And I'm like, something's wrong. And I look closer and I see metal shavings.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, not going to say what I said. And because Today we're PG-13. We didn't have to. Last time it was rated R. It was with Markel. She was pure rated R. Today we're back to PG-13. So anyways, I unscrewed the lug nut covers. Guess what? All the lug nuts are backed off.
Oh no.
Kid you not.
Like kill somebody.
Could have killed us.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what show that one was at.
Yeah.
But it could have killed us.
Yeah. Or like other people. Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, it was the freakiest moment. And I was like, why would somebody do that? Because we drove the truck there. It wasn't like, we were in the shop and we forgot to tighten the lug nuts and we were like, oh, wow. Phew, that was a close call. We literally drove the truck there.
Yeah.
Somebody took the time to undo all the lug nut covers, get a battery-powered impact, and undo the lug nuts and screw the lug nut covers back on, trying to harm us.
Yeah.
Because they hated us so bad.
Yeah.
For having fun and winning. That's...
I mean, I definitely get a lot of like the hate comments, and I think a lot of it's just fueled jealousy, really. I mean, like and so I do talk about a lot of that stuff on my page, and I kind of get a little bit of like both sides. But here's the thing. Okay, the reason that I talk about it or like bring light, it's not to bring light to the person that's, I call them asshats. It's not to bring light to that person. It's because like the little girls here today, I cannot imagine being a teenage girl nowadays with like social media and all that stuff.
Me
like,
neither.
You think that your life is so serious at that age, and like that it matters what these people say or what, like the bullying and all that. Like, I literally just want to show a different way to deal with that, right? Like, I think bullies have balls because everybody says ignore them. I don't ignore them. If you're a grown adult and you come on my page and you want to start some crap, I'm going to screenshot it and make fun of you. And then if you're going to cry, poor me, because I made fun of you and then I'm a mean, hateful person, I don't care. You were dumb. You come on my page and said dumb things.
That's
like,
dumb.
Yeah. So I'm like, and the only way to get blocked from my page, so like I'm very, like if it's a kid, I don't mess with the kids at all. Like whatever. When I was young, I said dumb stuff too. Kids are dumb. Okay. But if you're an adult and you do this, I'm like, I'm going to say something to you. And I think that I just want to show like a different way of like not ignoring him, but not letting it get to you. Because what I realize is like when you lose, people say that stuff. And when you win, people say that stuff. So it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Like when you were broke, people still probably hated you. And when you made money, people still hate you. So like, who cares? I just want to live my life. Like as long as I sleep at night, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, I hate that people are like that online, and that like, and for me, like, I mean, it's terrible on a truck, but I'm like, I feel like I get really upset over the horses because it's a living, breathing animal that didn't do nothing. It's an animal.
Yeah.
Like, so to be cruel to an animal.
Yeah.
Like I cannot comprehend. Like
I don't understand cruelty to animals, period.
No.
Like just right here next to us, they have dogs on leashes, chains out here that should be inside dogs.
Yeah.
And they don't even have dog houses. Texas made a new law about it that they clearly, I don't understand why we make laws that we don't enforce.
Yeah.
Like, why make a law that says you can't have a dog on a chain without all these, certain stipulations, and then no one ever enforces it? Because like, there's dogs right there, and they bark all the time. It's hot out here right now.
It is hot.
And it's some little beagles.
Yeah.
And those are inside dogs, man. I mean, if you're not going to take care of the dog, take it to the shelter.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take care of it, man,
Or
take it to shelter.
Get a breed that does good outside and in the heat, or
or get a dog that is an outside dog, or even better yet, you know what?
Get a dog.
Don't get a dog.
Yeah.
Like why? Like we love our dogs, man. My dogs go everywhere with me.
So I have a Malinois, so they're not like real dogs. They're terrorists. that no commands.
Yeah. They're smart
Yeah.
though.
Oh yeah. Like if you told him to climb on top of this building, he would figure out a way.
Yeah.
Like, and then if you told him to jump off, he'd jump off. He wouldn't even think twice. He'd be like,
Yeah.
she said jump
You
off.
said do it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand the cruelty to animals. I've never gotten it. You see people being mean to animals, like, oh, okay, man, way to go. You're a real badass. You were mean to a dog.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
pat yourself on the back. Wait, good job, buddy. You know?
Yeah.
And anyway, I've called in on these people and I've contemplated just going over there and just unhooking the chain and just let the dog go and let him run away. But I don't know. I really in my life,
I'm like, why is Troy in jail?
Be free.
He's free to beagle with the neighbors.
You may be my one call, Tricia. Come bail me out because I was freeing a beagle. He was hiding under a trampoline.
Oh gosh.
That's its shelter. It lives under a trampoline.
Yeah.
It makes me mad. I love my dogs. While we're filming, like this whole time, I can tell when Abby lets the dogs outside because I can see through the gate.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times you were probably wondering, what's he looking at? Because I quit looking at you because I can see my dogs running by over there, and they're just happy.
Oh my gosh.
They're just happy. But anyways, yeah, I remembered I was gonna tell that story about the lug nuts. That sucker.
Oh, it's so scary. So I mean, that stuff happens. Like, I mean, even on the road. I mean, with trucks or like trailers or slashing tires or, there is intentional stuff. It sucks. Like the girls have had like stalkers and, I always joke because I'm like, my dog, he's a jerk, but like he is the best like road dog. I hate him at my house. Like I want to kill him all the time. And you can try to kill him. Like he's really wiry and fast and like he's like, you could try to run him over. We've been trying for years. It doesn't matter. And like, he's ridiculous. But my dog is like, he's different. Okay. So like, have you seen like the Malinois, like the police dogs?
I see the videos.
So like, yeah, they're crazy. So like, but when they train them, they beat the crap out of them to train them. Because like the theory to this is that like, if you were attacking me, my dog, if you beat up on my dog, he doesn't need to back off. Like he needs to keep going.
Yeah.
So when they're training them, they build that just like you would. So they don't just start out beating the ever-loving crap out of them, but they build up to where like it's like men knocking these dogs around and picking them up by their back legs or like, like all these scenarios of what would happen in that kind of scenario, that, or like if somebody, you need to be able to shoot a gun at them and have them not stop.
Run. Yeah.
Like they have to keep going. So anyway, his name is Kazi because it's politically incorrect to call him a Nazi. So he's crazy. So like when you get after him for something and you'll be like, so like if I yell at him or like if I get after him, he gets his feelings hurt. Like, and he'll sulk. Like he'll lay over and he'll be like, oh, Mom's really mad. Like too far. And then like if Josh gets mad at him, he's obsessed with Josh. Like he loves Josh. Then he'll be like, oh, I'm really sorry, but like he doesn't really get like upset. He's just like, I'll try again in 30 seconds. And then like if anybody else, complete oblivious. Like he won't even acknowledge that you gave him a command. Like he doesn't even care at all. Like, and then I laugh because like, so you get mad at him and you'll throw something at him and you'll be fuming, pissed. And Kazi will be like, this is so fun. Like, and he'll like run circles and he'll like, try again, try to get me, like Kazi's retarded. He just thinks it's like the best. And you'll be so mad at whatever he's like, doing.
Give me again.
And he'll be barking at you and he'll argue with me, which makes me mad because he's got like this tone, and he'll like argue. I'm like, I don't want to. And I'm like, I don't care what you want to do. Get over there. And he'll be like, he'll argue with you, but he's so funny. Definitely not normal. Like
that's cool.
Do not recommend a Malinois. And when I don't have this one, I will not have another one. Like they're a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and I train horses for a living and they're a lot. So great dogs. Like he's a great dog. Best dog I've ever had. Like, I'm telling you, that sucker lay on the floorboard for 40 hours and not make a peep. And like, I can stick him anywhere in the truck, in the trailer, in the back, in the tack stall. Like I joke some of the places I go because like rodeo is kind of like a free for all. So like we went this one place and we have a stall. So I put Adios in a corner stall. Well, but people are going to come in at like 2, 3 in the morning. They'll just put a horse next to you. They don't care that it's a stud. They don't like people just don't care. They'll just stick a mare in there and leave. So I put my dog in the stall and I'm like, if you can get that dog out of the stall, you can have it. I won't even be mad. Good luck to you. So
he protects the stall?
oh yeah, like he's scary. Like nobody will even in my truck or like if he's chained up or anything. Like even in my barn, because we've had a lot of people like in and out of my barn. So he's been in a stall a bunch right now because we just like he's scary. So like even my friends are scared to go like in the barn. Like he's super aggressive. But if I'm out, like if I'm there, he's the friendliest dog you ever met. Like he'll sit over there and he'll flip. Like he can't jump on you, so he flips over backwards to you. So like he'll sit up because he won't jump on you, but he can get like taller and he'll just like put his back like between your legs, you know? So he's like at your height. And that's his like cheat for so that you'll pet him. He knows. But he'll be like a total ham. Like he'll just flop. And they'll be like, this dog isn't even mean. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm here. Because as soon as I'm not there, he's going to eat somebody. Like he's a jerk. Yeah, do not recommend Malinois as a pet. They're great working dogs, but they are full of it. Like crazy, crazy. Yeah. And so what's funny is I actually got him from a guy in East Texas. Derek Rose is his name. And he sells, like I waited a long time for that particular cross because I was like, I want like the best working cross. So like that's what I have is he's like, so sometimes it drives me crazy because he has a lot of drive, but I did ask for a dog with a lot of like a high drive dog.
You definitely got a high drive dog.
So I asked for it, but he is really good. Like I don't compete on him, but he's definitely like quality to go and compete at like PSA and stuff like that. And that guy, he trains dogs and he sells them all over the world for personal protection and stuff like that. Really cool dogs.
Huh,
so but they have the dogs is the same as the horses. So they have like different levels of dogs. So like if you wanted like a competition dog or if you want like a pet quality dog that would like bite but is not going to be like on a trigger, you know, the same. Like they have all different kind of like how friendly they are and how aggressive they are, how much you have to work to get it out of them. Like some of them will just bite because they want to bite, you know, but like some of them you really have to encourage them to be aggressive and bite. And so like those ones usually are really good, like personal protection for like your house or, you know, that kind of stuff. But no,
that's interesting.
Yeah, not like you're not always going to get a psycho unless you ask for one. Like I asked for a dog with high drive and I was like, well, if I want to compete, I want to be able to. So I have a dog that can, but then I just don't have time because the horses are consuming. But yeah, same thing as all the horse stuff and levels for everything. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We did.
We went all over the place.
Everything.
There's no notes.
Stalkers, dogs, horses, drugs. We covered all of it.
I love it. Totally unscripted. But I love the part of having the kids out. That to me, seeing the smile on their face, that really made my day. And
I love that it was like for more local stuff. I really liked that.
Yeah,
like it was cool. So my following, don't get mad. This wasn't my deal.
It's cool. So Tricia didn't put it on her page because we don't live in a horse area. Like I told you, but we don't have tack stores. We don't have vets for that. You have to go off to go. Mm-hmm. You couldn't buy a horse trailer here. There's no dealerships. Like you can't get them worked on here. We don't have anything horse related.
Yep.
And so for you to come here and for those kids to be able to come, and they had some friends with them that were able to watch. They weren't on camera, but they were able to watch and kind of be part of it too. And the parents to be able to come out and for you to take time out of your day to come down here and spend some time with them. And I just know it made.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
that's like a highlighting
That's
event.
my favorite part. I do really enjoy doing that. Like, I do think it's important to interact and
Yeah.
like take time for the fans because,
Well, that's the next
that's what
generation.
and that's why we get to do some of the things we get to do is because
Yeah.
people want to see it. So,
And so those kids one of those kids might buy a Facebook horse and
yeah,
might be the next Tricia and Adios 20 years from now,
yeah.
and you can look back and you say, I remember that girl. I remember. And so that's what I think when I think about business and trucking and all these different things. My words of encouragement may be the one driver that where there's some business owner that's really going through it.
Mm.
And I say, man, don't quit. Don't quit. Because there's one time in my life when I quit and I regretted every minute of every day forever because I said, I can't do that. And I'll never forget the situation. I'll never do it again because you know what? What you said a while ago, and I said we were going to end. We're going to end in 1 second because I want to go see my grandbaby. She's getting ready to go home. But there was a situation where I just gave up, and well, you were talking about the old podcast of the old guy a while ago, and you said I don't see your name on there, on the list.
Mhm.
Remember you were talking about that? Well, one of the things I always say is if things aren't going right, if you're going through marital problems, if you're going through, girlfriend problems, if you're going through business problems, if you're going through this, that, on and on and on and on and on, and you've turned to everything, bottle, griping, social media, friends, have you looked in the mirror? And I always tell people, the mirror is your best friend. For if you want to know what the problem is, go talk to the man in the mirror. I tell everybody that watches my social media and stuff, go stand in the mirror and talk to that guy or that girl and say, here's what's been going wrong. I can't figure out what's going wrong. I've tried everything. Don't look down when you're talking. Look up. Guess what? You're probably going to see the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that years and years ago because some guy, after I was divorced, a guy, I think who I was talking to, and he was like, that's what he does, marriage counseling. We were somewhere, and I told myself, that's a tough job. I wouldn't want that job. And he said, well, first time I tell everybody is go look in. You want to know what's wrong? Want to know why your marriage is not working? Go look in the mirror. That's why.
Do you think that people that are successful in business are more apt to look at themselves though? Like I feel like nobody needs to be hard on me because I'm hard on myself.
Oh, 100%.
So but not like I don't talk down to myself or like have a bad view of myself, but I'll be like, oh man, I screwed that up. I'm very much or I'll do some project and be like, well, that didn't go how I wanted it to go, or wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, or I need to make an adjustment. I'm not afraid to say I don't know, and I'm not afraid to ask for help, and I'm not afraid to look in the mirror and be like, well, I screwed that up, or take responsibility and move on quickly. I always say too, it's important to have short-term memory for
100%.
the bad things because because it doesn't matter. And I know with rodeo, I've talked to some other futurity trainers even and I was like, I know it's not appealing for most of us when we do futurity because we can make so much more money in the futurities, but it wasn't about the money. It was the mental side when you're out there. I always joke, you can't get clean. You haven't had a real shower. In my trailer is super nice. So it's not even bad, but you're not home.
Yeah.
So
that's
you
right.
just don't have anything even little stuff. So you're out there, you're by yourself, you're getting your ass kicked, and you're just like it was so challenging mentally to just be like, and then you're like, man, I don't want to kill my horse doing this. I don't want to, this is like, you see your horse is getting tired, and you see like you're having to push everything to the max in order to accomplish this goal. And you're like, is it even worth it? And like, you want to quit because you just want, there's so many things. And like, I remember probably the biggest reason I didn't quit last year, like last fall when I was getting my ass kicked, was because I was like, Adios had already won $100,000. And I was like, what if he did that for nothing? And like, I could not live with myself if I knew that he had done all that freaking work, and I was right there.
Yeah, that's
and I went home.
But that's good enough human mentality, or taking the easy way out, or
the easiest thing to do is quit. That's what they always say, like with those workout videos.
You can just be a quitter. Yeah.
They say the hardest thing is to push play.
Yeah.
Like when I used to do P90X, they'd be like, the hardest thing is to push play. Like once you get going, it's easy to go.
Yeah,
it's easy to stop. It's easy to
it's easy to
give up or
it's
not
easy.
Get started. And like the hardest thing is just to
But you start making
get started.
It's just so easy to start making excuses.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna. It's like that little girl that asked the question, and you said, she asked. I was thinking, who asked that question? Oh, it was Spur that asked that question. She said, "I just had my best season. How can I have a better season?" Okay, do everything that you did, and then do more.
Yes.
Because just take, for instance, something as so simple as, for a month solid, I went to go get my horse, and I haltered him up, and I led him into a stall, and everything went perfect. But then one day, I quit taking the time to put the halter on, and I start wrapping, just put a rope around his neck, because he's good. He don't need to do that. And then I started just saying, come on, come to your stall. And then before you know it, he won't come to you. Mm-hmm. Well, you quit doing all the stuff. You started being lazy. The horse didn't have anything to do with it. The horse is lazy anyways, because horses are lazy. But you didn't. You have to do everything. That's Clinton texting me. Hey, mate, are you still on that podcast, mate? Yeah, we're still on it, man. We've been talking 3 hours. But you have to keep on doing your part, and don't take shortcuts. And if Spur, like, I know she's a competitor. I know her dad really well. I have a lot of respect for him. And if she does her part, and if she does everything that she did this year, if she does it next year, and then she does more, and don't shortchange yourself. And then there's other things, like you got to have the right horse, and you got to have the right discipline. You have to have training. Like, you can't go get on a mule and expect to go run a 16.7. Like, it's not going to work.
Yep.
You have to have
Talk
the right.
to the internet, it will.
I tell my kids, you can find anything to support your thoughts on the internet.
Yeah, and I could hook up that truck right there and go pull one of them big old trailers. That's what the internet says.
Yeah, you could do it. It's $3,500. But anyways, hey, if you stayed till the end, we're going to leave you with some inspiration. Don't take no for an answer.
That's right.
Don't shortchange yourself.
Bet on you.
Bet on yourself.
Yep.
Because all that comes from right in here. Mm-hmm. If you're dependent on your friend, your spouse, your boss or whatever, if you're dependent on somebody else to give you that grit to go out and win, well, you already lost. Because you have to do it. No one's going to do it for you. And there's, like, I used to say all the time when we were really coming up, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And I had this other say, I had lots and lots of sayings. I would say, it ain't always going to be like this.
Yeah.
It ain't always going to be like this. And the thing about it is, those were the darkest days. Those were the hardest days. And those were the days that I was grinding it out. And I was like, oh, it sucks.
And it's important too, like, when you're thinking about like that time, I would say there's probably a significant amount of time that you weren't motivated to do it, but you did it anyway. And people always ask me, where do you get motivation? It's like, there is no motivation. Motivation does not, like, I can want to do some idea, but like the work isn't from motivation. It's just from systems and patterns and
Discipline.
And like, you just have to have those in place so that when you're not motivated, you still get up and handle your business. Like, so that there's lots of days I don't want to do whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
You still got to do it. It doesn't matter. You know?
I get up at 5 every morning. I don't even have a job.
Yeah.
I just still get up at 5 every morning. I got my routine.
Yep.
I come out, I open the doors, I say hi to the horses, I go this, I go, this morning. I mean, at 5:45 this morning, I had my backpack blower and a cup of coffee, and I was blowing the concrete off because I didn't want to be embarrassed when you came. You know?
You have a very beautiful place.
Well, I had poop all over the concrete, but I blew it off this morning. And so, anyways, thank you very, very much for coming. I know you squeezed us in because you're going on the road, and I know it meant a lot to me, but it meant a lot to those kids that were here today.
You can tell your viewers too to be watching the Cowboy Channel, because we'll be hopefully back with Adios in no time, but we'll be, all those rodeos will be probably at a very high, significant portion of them. So that's how you'll see us.
You'll be on the Cowboy Channel?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of rodeos.
We may drive our bus out and come to one of your rodeos.
It's fun.
I'll say, I know that person.
Yeah.
Go Adios.
He loves it. He knows they're cheering for him. He's pretty sure that they all only come for him, but
yeah, I'm not bringing any Pop-Tarts though, because he's got enough Pop-Tarts.
He probably has enough Pop-Tarts. Somebody has them on Amazon Prime. Like, I get like regular deliveries.
Really?
Yeah.
They just send them to you?
Yep.
That's cool. That's awesome.
He gets fan mail. Like, he gets tons of mail. Like, tons of mail. It's like Christmas every time I go to the
Seriously?
P.O. box. Oh, yeah. Like, all beautiful stuff. People are so creative and beautiful, like, artwork, paintings and drawings and leather.
I mean, I get it. Like, my truck didn't get stuff, but like this guy,
I love all that stuff. And I get letters all the time.
This guy's name is Brandon.
I'm pretty sure I've been invited to like 900 high school graduations. I'm sorry, guys, that I have not gone to any.
All these people.
We get invited all over the country to stuff. So
I got this from my Dust in the Wind truck.
I know, very
handmade. Cool. Handmade from a West Brothers saddle in Center.
Yeah.
They made President Bush's saddle.
Oh, wow.
Many, many years ago.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, President Bush's saddle sat on this very saddle stand.
Huh. Very
interesting factoid.
Yeah.
That flag behind you stood in my dad's office for 40 years.
I love it.
That's why it looks like that.
Very well used.
It stood in his office for 40 years. Anyways, all those things too. I don't have as much stuff as Adios guy. He's a horse, but anyways.
Fans.
Anyways, we're gonna go. We're hungry for dinner, and she's got to go home and pack up all her stuff. And so, if you stayed till the end, I hope you got some inspiration at the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and go see if you're not familiar with her. She has some really good social media. So go to her Facebook stuff is Red Hot Barrel Horses. And TikTok's Tricia Aldridge, and what else?
Adios has an Instagram. Adios
has got an Instagram. Of course he does.
Yeah, he does. I think he has like 170,000 followers on his own, like not including any.
Of course he's got 100. Joseph. Of course the horse has 170,000 followers.
That's just his page and his Instagram.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have made Bo Sivas a Instagram page.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We're going to go. Thank y'all for watching, and stay tuned for they just keep getting better. The guests just keep getting better and better and better. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, heck yeah.